said the economy vaguely, so I didn't interpret it to mean the macroeconomic economics.
Regardless, if you don't
I understand. I got you. I
understand.
got you. No, it's not the same. Like, it did have an impact on the economy. Like, when people
not deportation,
that has an impact on the economy.
Not deportation.
But at the scale you're talking about, I agree with you, ML. So we can move on from. Next time Odie says something impossible, he lied.
Hey, it's similar to this when they were trying to, all these documents they were requiring from the IRS.
Hi, John. This is Ivory Roberts of Jesse Brown, VA.
It's nefarious. All of it's nefarious.
What are you talking? So, in order, if you wanted to find illegal immigration, if you wanted to stop illegal immigration, you could actually do it through the employers and through the banks. One of the reasons why I keep telling you guys they're never going to go through with it is because the use of EIN numbers and the amount of money that it generates through loans, through employers is so great that I don't think that we could untie all these people
but Trey, the problem is you're saying that to a room full of people that know that. Go to the MAGA rooms and tell them. See, that statement you just made, that is what the MAGA party, right? That's what Trump and his goonies, that's really what they could have done, right? But they didn't feed that to these MAGA nut jobs, like your Notoriouses and all that. They don't believe that. They believe that we will somehow survive when you deport 20 million immigrants out of the country. They somehow think it's not going to affect
anyone. Notorious is in here?
That's not true. Yeah. They just...
Is he in here? Notorious. Hold on. No, let me tell you, my boy, because I gotta go. Gotta go back to work.
You always gotta go, man. You always come in.
You do always have to go.
Got to make some money around here, baby.
Way to go.
We got zero.
Come back when you got some time.
I agree with Notorious.
I agree with Notorious as well.
Times are thin, but let me just tell you, my brother. The reason why Hilton and Marriott and Cargill and Archer Daniels is a big agriculture firm if you don't know, and Tyson Chicken, the reason why they're all telling to put an amnesty and they're getting all these people that work for them H-1B visas is because labor costs are rising. So it's labor costs are rising as they're having more deportations. You got fewer workers drives up labor costs. Labor costs obviously drive up price of goods. This is why they stopped that shit. They started
nothing new.
Hold on.
That ain't nothing.
They started. Hold on. Hold it, water. They started to deport down here, and we're in the buffer zone. We along the border, there's a 60-mile buffer zone where they don't deport. They started to do that shit here, and then people went crazy because the avocado harvest, the grapefruit harvest, that shit was going to go through the roof.
Trent, the problem is you're lying. According to Notorious, is all these people came and took our black jobs. So now that they're being deported, these jobs should be available back to the black people. So the black people just go and fill these black jobs.
There is some truth to that. I am not going to sit here and say that I won't call them black jobs because that's not.
Well, you don't have to. Trump did it.
But it's working class jobs. Yes, we're taking over, and it actually is. It's starting to have effect in construction. Okay,
so Trent, let me stop you there. Hold on, Trent. Let me stop you there because you're starting to make stuff up.
What do you mean?
Because since Trump, listen. Since Trump has taken office, his number of deportations have been shit in comparison, right?
That's because.
So if all these people, hold on, listen. If all these immigrants came in and took all these black jobs, now all of a sudden he's deported a handful of people. Obviously it's not a handful; it's more than a handful. So why all of a sudden it's such a shortage? He has deported more than previous administrations, not even more than just in December and November. So how all of a sudden there's not
You
enough
guys stop
people
calling
for
them
the
black jobs. Please.
So the reason why Trump's deportation numbers are going to be so much lower is because the border encounters and people coming across is so much lower.
No, but that.
Those count deportations. And so because you don't have 150,000 people trying to cross, and then some of them immediately being turned around.
No. That's not what I asked you.
They're supposed to already be here. So what does that have to do
already
with?
here. They came to the Biden
already
administration.
be here. So what the hell are you talking
Well,
about?
there is a point, Trent, if I could say one thing. So there is a point Trent's making that's important, which is that this is the first time in over 50 years that there's less immigrants.
No. See, no. I'm not gonna
let me finish it. Let me finish it.
I got it. No. See, no.
Okay, but JD and Trump were having.
I love that everybody knows about immigrants.
Well, bottom line
So
is,
beautiful.
This is the first time it's a net negative.
Which is fucking amazing.
Years.
hold on, Theo. Let me get in. Theo, let me just say this.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
Who's an immigrant in here?
So
I'm
look.
an immigrant.
I know. I said I love that everybody knows about immigrants.
Right.
It's amazing.
But see, here's the thing. We heard under the Biden administration, all these millions of people that came over, all these millions of immigrants, asylum, whatever the case may be, that came over under the Biden administration. So the fact that there's less now has nothing to do with this conversation, because to Deborah's point, these people are already here.
No.
And he has yet to, hold on, and he has yet to deport these people. So my question is, how can there be a staffing shortage? They're still here. That he hasn't deported enough.
Here's just again, understand this part, Zadie. You're not going to argue about the rules. When you have 150,000, 200,000 border counters, not all those people, those are encounters. Not all those people are encounters.
Yeah, we're not talking about border encounters. We're talking about people that are here in the country.
Listen, let me finish.
Trent, we're talking about the 11 million people that claim was
But it's like y'all want to talk about
let me finish what I'm saying so you can understand.
So why you guys keep asking Trent questions and you don't let them answer?
The time
And all you guys are talking at one time.
Well, the time that what Trent is saying is
Hold on, Singular. Let me answer. If you have 200,000 border counters, that does not mean that all 200,000 of those people are allowed in. 50,000 of those people or so are going to be immediately deported. So therefore, since we only had 7,000 last month, Trump's deportation numbers are never going to reach what Obama's.
Once again, Trent's not going to answer the question. So once again, you keep talking about border encounters.
Yeah, but those encounters, they called those encounters actual crossings before the election.
Right.
Now they want to call them encounters.
They're
It was 150,000 coming every day over the border. Now it's 150,000 encounters. Right?
Debbie, what is an encounter? What's the difference?
That just means they got to the border but didn't make it over.
No, that's
Oh, so they're counting people.
Or that they were
You guys, because y'all been talking for a minute.
They didn't all make it over the border, but that was the case before the election. But now, that's not what they were saying.
Talking? So they're getting them on. Okay, so they're seeing them on the opposite side of the border, and they're counting. Oh my freaking! Listen. I'm the nicest person in the world.
Put a pacifier in your mouth.
Talking to Debbie.
Put a drink to your mouth.
Let me just get this out. You guys have been talking, right? I'm just getting clarity. Debbie, so if they're on the other side of the border, they're calling that an encounter and a deportation?
Yeah, if they were coming close to the border and they got there, but maybe not crossed, but it was still... Then they called it a crossing. Or they didn't call it a crossing. They said it was that many there at the border coming in. The border was just open to 150,000 people because we have open borders because Democrats want... Shut up, Trent, because you was on that train with them. And that they were, they were coming over the open borders. It was 150,000. Now they want to make a distinction between crossings and encounters. Now that the election's over. That way they are.
What she said.
They're trying to justify their numbers. now. Because the whole thing is about, I'm still talking though, but I'm still
Nobody
talking.
didn't have any content.
But I'm still talking.
Where are you guys?
I'm still talking to Lisa.
That's why these motherfuckers are.
And the bottom line is, it's Trump's. You know, they talk about deranged Trump syndrome. Trump has Obama deranged syndrome.
Right.
So it's all about trying to beat him, right? So he can say, "Oh, I push more people over. I send more people back." Then that's what the bottom line is. And all of them have jumped. They jump on every train with him, right? And that's what it's about, Lisa.
So they're using dirty math. They're using. What is wrong with men?
No, Trent is crashing out. He's in the chat. He's crashing.
Stop crashing, you guys. You talk about women being impulsive and don't know how to hold their tongue. You guys, I find out the Clubhouse, that's all lies. All the things I've thought about men and all that shit.
Fuck you, Notorious. You ain't said nothing, man.
Y'all ain't
all
shit.
day. Fuck you,
Y'all be
Notorious.
talking about women disrespectful.
Oh, you want to fuck me too? You want to fuck me?
Yeah, fuck you. You ain't said the truth all day. Fuck you.
I just shot him. What we not gonna do is disrespect the women in the room. Y'all getting shot. That's it. Like, there's no talking. If I hear you coming off the mic and they trying to talk, I'm shooting you. They can get mad at me. It is what it is.
Thank you for that, Debbie.
Can I explain that that's not true? Border encounters they have crossed. That means they have crossed.
That's not true either. So Debbie is right. As long as CBP has contact with an illegal and they turn them around, that is an encounter.
Yeah,
so
it's on our side
if
of the border.
So they don't have to completely cross. They have to be an encounter.
There's no such thing as not completely crossing, man. There's no way you can't encounter somebody on the Mexican side if they're on the opposite side.
So okay, so you know what? You may be right on that piece. You're right. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So you're right. So if it's at the port of entry, or if they're like, you know how they're doing they're in how El Paso is, or maybe even your area, how that land is. If they're out there and they're sweeping that area, yeah, as long as they encounter them, they turn them around, that's considered an encounter.
Correct.
But Patty, Howard's County was not even my point. The point is they've changed how they want to classify.
No, they didn't.
It's the classification. It is. That has everything to do with it.
So
to justify his low numbers.
No.
Clown.
No, the low numbers are the border encounters.
Okay, you're right. You're right, Trent. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
So can you go to lunch? Can you go where you going? Bye.
Trent, let me explain.
You're right. Bye.
Trent, because the GOP says that Biden let in how many million people? Can somebody remind me? 20-something million people, right? And I think JD asked you, I don't know who asked you. How come those 20-something million people that the GOP, the party you support, says that Biden let in? How come Trump has not deported part of those 20? I'm not talking about border encounters.
Exactly.
Nobody's talking about border. Your party said that 20-something million people were let in by Biden. That's so ridiculous, but let's give it to them. How come Trump cannot find those 20-something million people to deport?
Those are the people that they are trying to deport. So there are two differences, two distinct differences, and I'll try to be brief and explain this. One part of what Biden brought over were people under TPS. Those are Hondurans, Venezuelans, Cubans, Haitians. They came over on the PPP1 app. Those are the ones that they're trying to take away the temporary status from. They technically came over here legally. They came over on planes. They came over here. They did the right things. They're trying to take away, or they have taken away their temporary status and are trying to are deporting them. The second thing, there's people who walked up to the border. Those are border encounters who walk up to the wall, because the wall, you have to remember, the wall is on our side of the United States. So as soon as you cross the river and you walk up to the wall and you encounter our law enforcement or our border patrol, that is considered an encounter. That is the numbers that you're going to see on a monthly basis from Border Patrol, like at 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 in some months. Not all of those people, right, are allowed. Some of those people are also sneaking across. They were trying to evade Border Patrol. So not all of those people
but,
are
but
allowed.
Trent, just to stay on.
Hold on, let me finish.
Hold on, let me just end this.
You're not even answering the question. You're not even there, Trent.
No, look,
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
Hold on, Trent. Just answer me this, because this was the content of my question. Ignore the border crossings, right? You said it yourself. There are millions of people here that are here. Forget about crossings. There are millions of people here that came under Biden. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so they haven't gotten all these people yet. Yes or no?
No.
So why are we short-staffed in hotels and all these people? If these people came over and took our black jobs and they have yet to be deported, why are our black jobs still struggling? Why are those jobs still struggling to staff?
Why is black unemployment higher than?
No, I didn't say anything about black unemployment. Because the
You got lost. Don't come back. Look, and just so you know, so I can finish.
And what does CP1 got to do with TPS? I'm kind of.
Where's JD go?
It's temporary. It's your temporary status. So
no, CP1 and TPS are not the same. So what does CP1 got to do with TPS?
Because CP1 is what Kamala Harris, which was actually really a good idea. CP1 is what was used in order to get past the cartels, so that they didn't have to go to the wall. So you could get access because they couldn't make it to legal ports. But
what does that have to do with TPS? That's what.
What does that have to do with TPS? What is going
temporary
on?
protected status?
CP1 and TPS are not the fucking same, bro.
What that's
Okay,
why do y'all keep doing this shit? If you don't know about immigration, then shut the fuck up.
What? I didn't say that they were the same, but that's
you
the
said,
CP1.
Okay, you got it.
The CP1 app is what they used in order to gain what would be with TPS. So if you were Haitian and you wanted to come here, you would use the CP1 app.
That same 150,000 encounters is the same number that they were saying were coming over the border. That's what they were saying before the election.
That is correct. That's
what I said, motherfucker, a long time ago. Why you telling me I was wrong? That's what you do to start an argument.
No, ma'am.
To take the opposing side over and over, you take the opposing side, and you just came back again and proved my point and said I was right.
No,
that's what you have to do, because you have to insert your black ass into every discussion. Your black ass has to jump in with some bullshit.
No, so of those 150,000
hold on. Hey, Trent.
Hold on.
Could you answer a question about CP1 for me? Because
you keep talking about a CP1 to apply for TPS. What does CP1 have to do with TPS?
Hey, Patty.
Because you interrupted. That's why. Because I'm getting sick of his ass.
No,
he's lying. He's lying about immigrants, and he don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, here's what I'm talking. So look.
Trent, hold on. Trent, hold on. Trent, you said you were making a distinction between CP1 and PS, and TPS is temporary protected status, whereas CP1 is like a 2-year green card that people get when they get married.
Okay.
So why you conflating it with TPS? That's totally different. If you're in CP1,
fine.
He just actually gave you a code to say that, hey, you're in your green card for 2 years.
I'm not trying to be the expert on immigration.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You sound like you're the expert.
Jesus Christ. All I'm trying to do is trying to tell you why there's disparity in the numbers. So if 100,000 people came over under Biden, let's say in May of 2024, okay, 50,000 of those people may have been immediately deported, okay? So, but in May of 2025, we only had 7,000 border encounters. So even if all 7,000 of those people were deported immediately and not granted asylum access, which they're not granting, so even if you deported all 7,000 of those people, it's never going to equal all those people under Biden and Obama that were immediately turned around and deported, because they don't just turn you around and say, go back across the river. They take you into the holding facility, you're processed, you're marked, you're photographed, and then you're put on a plane or you're put on a...
Okay, so you're going back into a tangent. Stop. Just answer the question that was asked beforehand. Where are the 20 million that are within the United States that should have been deported? We're not talking about encounters. We're not talking about no CP1. We're not talking about TPS. Where are the 20 million illegals that are here in the United States that were supposed to be deported? That was the question.
Okay, under Biden, I don't think
and you start bringing up all these other terms, and you don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly, Patty. That's exactly right. And that's why it's very frustrating to listen to.
Let Trent answer the question. Answer that question.
So, I don't think it was 20 million people under Biden. I think that's an inflated number, but I think it's around.
That's not what she said. Are you listening?
No, let him answer. Patty said, "Let him answer." So when Patty's done, then we can go on.
No, he can restate the question to make it make sense for him, because right at this point, I don't think he's able to answer.
We know he can't, but go ahead and try.
Go ahead.
So Trent, when it comes to email,
I thought Trent was going to
answer the question.
Isn't Trent supposed to answer the question?
I told him to go explain it because I'm getting frustrated.
So Trent,
can I answer her?
Trent, I thought you had to go back to work, bro.
And then we'll be done. Look,
I didn't go back to work like 20 minutes ago.
I don't think 20 million people came under Biden. I think
no one said that, Trent. Why you keep saying that?
Because that's what Trent does. That's what Trent does.
Because that's what she said. That was the question she asked.
The question JD asked before his phone died was the 20 million.
Yes.
Where are the 20 million illegals?
They're all around the United States.
Okay, thank you, Trent. Appreciate your answer. He answered the question, Patty. Can we move on?
No.
Patty didn't say that the 20 million all came under Biden.
No, they didn't all come under Biden.
Okay, so you need to clarify that. Okay, then.
Somebody else?
I just want to go. Who feels like... Okay, who's on stage? All right, JD, you there?
JD.
Are you there, JD?
No.
Okay, all right, fine. Lisa. All right, Lisa, so I just want you to answer a question honestly. So 2 scenarios. Scenario 1 is person A lets 1,000 people into the country and deports 700. Person B lets 300 into the country and deports 400. Who did a better job?
Really?
I only asked Lisa. Stop it. No one else speak. I only asked Lisa the question.
Depends on if you're a Democrat or Republican.
Just let Lisa answer.
A, the first one.
Okay, so I would say that's incorrect because 300 more people are now in the country than aren't, right? In scenario B, 100% less people are in the country. So just because you're deporting more doesn't mean you did a better job. So the most important data point is the net number. Are there more or less?
But
that is the most important thing.
CEO, all the numbers are hypothetical as to the number.
No,
hold on. All the numbers are hypothetical. They're guesstimated on the point that so many people crossing whatever. So you cannot say there are more people came into the country under Biden because there's no way to numerically verify that. It's just you guys.
So I don't want to go. So look, I want you to only go off of what I'm saying. So don't make any assumptions. So here's my first statement to respond to. For the first time in over 50 years, less people have entered the country than have been deported. It's a net number. Do you understand my point? Yes or no?
No, you said less people have entered the country than the number of people.
It's a net of there are people who have left than who have entered. Do you understand my point? And that's the first time in 50-something years. Do you understand my point first? Yes or no?
I'm
not asking if you agree with it. Do you understand it?
I want some clarification because how are you determining how many people are left?
Because these are the numbers that are being reported. The same way the numbers are reported every single year.
They're fake numbers.
Okay, well, this is the only data we have.
It's
Okay,
not
so
data.
just going off the
Nobody
data
has the
that's
data.
used.
Nobody has the data.
So it's all just imaginary and we shouldn't discuss it. Okay, so that's the answer. We don't discuss it at all because we know nothing. Okay, got it. We know nothing. We can't talk about it anymore, ML. We can't talk about it. We can't discuss it. ML, we can't talk about it. It's a mystery. It's a mystery prize, right?
Let me tell you how I
It's like the fortune cookie. You don't know what's going to be. We don't know what the message is in the fortune cookie.
CEO,
We don't know.
CEO, between you and I, you never worked for DHS. I did. So I sat in the meetings with the secretary and all the heads of all the department. I'm not gonna say what my position was, but I was on the table, the big round table. I was at that table when they discussed a lot of those things. And no one, when a question was asked one time, what is the correct number? Then they ask people says, we don't know. So trust me, they don't know.
All
It's
right,
made up
so
numbers.
there are some reports that say this is the first time that it's not a net positive number, it's a net negative number. So if you want to sit here and say we should never use any data ever, okay, then we should just stop talking about it.
Gemini, can I say something? Pat,
I think let them have their discourse, let them finish, and then go ahead.
No, I'm good. Like, there's nothing to talk about because there's no data that he's willing to discuss. There's no data, so we just can't talk about it.
Then go ahead, sweet.
Appreciate that. Great conversation. 11.7 million. I put something.
You can't use a number. You already lost.
No.
ML has defeated you.
See, this, no. Hey, come on, don't bring it. Don't let him go, man.
Okay,
Thank you. I'm trying to get back to some stable data. 11.7 million people put in the chat. Unauthorized, keyword. Unauthorized immigrants. Much better words than illegal, Gemini. Unauthorized. And there's a range of what that means. But that number, we know that's a very much more solid number than the previous conversation.
I don't know. I'm scheduled here for 5. You think we're going to make it?
I think we can make it, Lisa. And I think that
and ML correctly.
And so hold on, CEO. And so just so we have some stable data to talk about, the removal of those individuals, the process, habeas corpus, the due process, creation of a due process, how to handle those individuals is the heart of the conversation. It's not going to go away. That's a very finite number. If the border stopped now, graded 0 coming in, now who's here? That's a real conversation. Talking about Biden and did and didn't do, and that's ancillary. The core of the conversation is what to do with the individuals that are here. Do they allow to become naturalized citizens or not? Even naturalized citizens, do you get rid of them continually or not? This is what Trump is proposing, his administration, ICE. This is the heart of the conversation. What do we as Americans do with these unauthorized immigrants and even authorized immigrants now? So that's the core of, that's why the Constitution is in this conversation. And 1790, Naturalization Act, 14 years after 1776. And who's a naturalized citizen? And 14th Amendment kicks in with the blacks. And this is the core of what America's policies will be, how to handle quote-unquote immigrants. If another one comes tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now, any new people start to come into this country legally, what's the process and what rights do they have? I just wanted to kind of focus the room.
Well, we're going to have amnesty. I would give, probably at the end of Trump's term, they might do it after the midterms. But the business push from hospitality, agriculture, that's why I mentioned Archer Daniels. Once you have the agriculture and hospitality converging on you in the same sector, the pressure, business pressure on Trump is too great. And so I think that you're going to end up with the amnesty push sometime around 2026, 2027. These people will be naturalized citizens.
But Trent, Trump is deporting everybody.
They can't. They're stopped. That's why they stopped, bro. You keep saying that, but they ain't deporting nobody.
No, I'm just telling you what. I'm just telling you what they've said. They're gonna deport every last one of them.
No, but their methods are becoming broader. Okay, so what about Biden's? I think the way he qualitatively or quantitatively did a better job was that he focused on border-focused strategies and diplomatic efforts to deporting. And also they had an expedited deportation process, which was trying to address the backlog, right?
Wait, what?
But Trump, they had an expedited deporting process to address the backlog. Now Trump's enforcement.
Wait, we understand what he's saying, Trent. Let him flow. We understand what he's saying.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No. Go on. No, Trent. No.
Okay, so
talking. Go ahead.
Trump's is battling the logistical hurdles, right? Doing 3,000 daily arrests a day, not by the borders, but anywhere and everywhere.
That's because they're not coming across anymore. Aleph.
No. What Mr. Trump's approach is not strictly because of that. We're looking at the spirit. We're looking at how things are playing out. We're looking at the efficacy is a part of the conversation. And
yeah, I get
hold on. Farm workers, construction workers, different levels of, obviously nobody's pushing back against somebody steals a car, somebody's, killing people. Of course, do whatever you want damn near with those people, but even that has some due process conversation. But the point is, again, even now, Medicaid rights tomorrow, next year, what rights do you have? And this is why.
Well, hold on. Before you move to Medicaid, let me ask you.
No. I'm just talking about immigrants.
Okay, well, stay on the immigrants then.
I'm staying on the immigrants. What I'm saying, when they're here, they're working. Okay, part of working means getting paid. How much you're getting paid, what are the benefits of that job? Yeah, so it's all of this, and this is why it'll always be an American issue, because the individuals that are here are very interested in how money is allocated in whatever state you're in, and from a federal level. They're always going to be interested in a city level. Who's getting what money for what will always be a thought.
Okay, I have a quick question for ML. ML, you still here?
Yeah, I got 2 more minutes before I go.
Okay, were you the one that had a seat at the table talking about immigration?
Yep.
Can you give more context as to why, without doxing yourself or telling anything, why were y'all having that? What was going on to be having?
It's just a regular weekly staff meeting with DHS leadership, and all the DHS components. We had a weekly meeting where we went over stuff, and the issue came up because of funding. How many? And I'm somewhat of ashamed of it, but I was the one who actually had to cost out how much detention centers we need.
Oh, that was you that did that.
To house the babies. So we were trying to determine how many more additive facilities do we need in order to house all the people that is coming through the border. But also, and then somebody asked, okay, we don't even know how many people are in the country. How are you guys going to assess and know how many people are actually going to be coming in? Because we don't know. And somebody says, what's the number? And somebody says, then I says, we don't know. It's all been an estimation. It was 10 million for a long time, and now, because of MAGA, it went to like 30 million illegals in this country. And my question has always been, if there are 30 million illegals in this country, why are you going for everybody that's documented in the system? That's an easy find. Where are the other people that you said are illegally working here, and they don't have zero? You don't have zero idea where they are because they've never registered. They're not on TPS. They're not on any of the deferred disbursement programs. And it's always been that. Like, they come up with a number, and you gotta understand government employees sometimes. They're like, yeah, we need to put a number on there, and based on blah 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 blah, let's fudge the number to be in that number. And the number was 10 million. But lately it's gone to 30.
I mean,
and that's my point.
ML, there's a practicality to that. Like, you have to model it off of something. You don't just say, I don't know, and let's do our planning off, I don't know. You do modeling.
ML was there. ML knows how the meeting actually went.
Yeah, I mean, and ML will tell you, unless he wants to correct me, that you have to have a number to do modeling. Otherwise, you can't do planning.
ML was there. Can we ask the man?
So Trent, a lot of the models, and you're talking about ICE people.
Yeah.
And ICE officers, they're the smartest people in the world. I'm gonna tell you that because I had to deal with them.
My boy.
Those people did not have the gumption to come up. Every time you ask them what numbers, they can't even tell you. You ask, okay, how many border crossings do we have, illegal border crossings? They would say, we don't know. They would say, we estimate it might be based on apprehension, how many people we've apprehended during a certain period of time, that we could say that out of every 50 we apprehend, there's 100 that makes it through.
Yeah.
Those were the type of statements they used to make. But to actually say that they had a number,
but there was no one on the. I know how government works.
Yep.
I'm in government, but there's no one responsible on the ground for a weekly, monthly tally.
No, nobody has the job. Nobody has the job to determine how many illegals in this country. It doesn't exist. If there is now, post when I left, because I left DHS in 2016. If there is now, then I don't know about it. But when I was there was definitely nobody at ICE who actually came up with a number or who actually tracked this stuff. They only track based on the people that actually hit the records. That means they were apprehended, or they seek asylum, blah 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 blah. They overstayed their visa. Well, mind you, majority of people who come to America overstay their visa. They fly in.
And apply right after 2 days later.
They fly in.
And now I just want to try to understand. You're saying that in 2016, the count that the government had was 10 million undocumented people, correct?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
But mind you, that same number was a number they used during Reagan's time for amnesty.
But those were based off of census records, weren't they?
The one for yes, Reagan's data was
right.
More,
so there was based off the census record. And if you use the census record, you can say, okay, if you got 10 million people that are foreign born, and we only have documents for 9 million, then they guessed 1 million could have been illegal, and that's why census is important. So when Trump is saying one thing, we want to take like how he wanted to change the census thing. That's an issue. Because we lose representation and we lose representation politically, and then we also can't accurately count who's in the country.
Exactly.
That shit down here, baby.
Right. Even if it's not an accurate number, I would think that there is some number. There has to be data. I think that's what CEO is saying too. It has to.
But that's the data. That's how they get the data. He's right.
Right.
It's a guess. They guess.
Right.
You can't just say. It's really hard to just count how many undocumented people they're hiding, right? So they're gonna have to use stuff like the census. They're gonna have to use shit like USCIS data. So like, it's just data that they're guessing, and he's right. They're guessing the number.
Yeah, we estimate there's 600,000 along the southern border. There's one in Texas, so there's 1.79 million people in between Brownsville and Mission, and roughly 15 to 20 to 25% of the population they guess is illegal. But before I go, what I wanted you to say, Patty, is the Austin police chief, who is black, is now the target of a lot of the union is putting a no confidence vote, and he is there trying to blame him for the reason that there was loss of life in the flood. I kid you not.
Oh, damn.
That's why it's so important to discuss it and talk about it instead of people calling people out for talking about it. Of course, our conversations mean nothing, but things have to be talked about. Who is responsible and how you trace it back. And apparently, they skipped over that.
Blaming the brother. God. Got nothing to do with FEMA money being taken away. All kind of other monies to floods and natural disasters and putting the warnings in place. Blame the brother. Oh, man.
Hey, Sue, you was wrong about Diddy. Mute up, Sue.
I was wrong. Man,
they had a rainy day fund
Go see a
that had plenty of money in it that they could have used.
What was I wrong about, bro? If you want to,
you had that brother hung, brother. He won. He beat the Rico, brother.
I had him hung. Well, you talking to the wrong person, bro. I don't know where you
Diddy beat the Rico. So.
Hey, go talk to a therapist about your Diddy issues, man. I don't know where that's coming from. Obviously, it's something wrong.
Diddy is awaiting sentencing right now. That's what Diddy.
Hey, Gemini.
Diddy in prison right now, waiting. Diddy is in prison right now, waiting on his sentencing.
Gemini, you gotta admit it though, brother. It's okay to take the L, man. Take that L.
He'll be gone to October. That's what they.
That's what we know.
He putting baby oil on men buns.
Kind of excited he's left.
He putting baby oil on men buns right now.
Why? How did Diddy get in the conversation, Omar?
It's called a pivot.
Some men on Clubhouse love Diddy like that.
Well, basically, yeah. Well, you can tell when you have a sexual deviant advocate in here, like you don't advocate for Trump.
See, now you projecting, man. Come on, man.
No, I'm not advocating for either one of those sexual offenders.
Like, what are we first time in the room with y'all? I just want to let y'all know y'all was wrong. That's all I wanted to say.
Y'all.
Wait a minute.
When I mean y'all, I mean Gemini and Sue. I'm talking about Gemini and Sue.
He was found guilty.
In here talking
How
about
did Gemini and Sweet become the same person? Hold it.
I said Diddy's going to prison.
Man got off, man.
I said Diddy is going to prison. First lady, can I ask you a question? Where's Diddy currently?
Yeah, but he beat the
in jail.
Come on.
Oh, no, in prison actually. And how long do you think he's gonna spend the summer there?
He's in prison.
Prison, yes, ma'am. He's in prison.
He's in jail.
Is he in jail?
Did he beat the Rico, Gemini?
That's federal prison too. That's federal prison.
You can't go to prison until you're convicted.
Yeah, he
is convicted.
No, he doesn't have his time yet. So when he finds out in September, that's when he'll be gone.
Can he go through a freak off right now at the beach?
The Rico, what's so hard?
He can go through a freak off in his jail cell.
He can do a freak off in the shower. That's about it right now.
In his mind, Gemini.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even want to be released, honestly.
Nobody wants to be released.
No, I mean
Oh, I see what you're saying, because you're going to get that time served. Time served, yeah.
You upset, Gemini? What's going on there,
I'm not upset at all. I'm just stating the obvious, that's all, sir.
No, I mean, because he had all those men in there, Gemini.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He got all the men he could look, and he got a
clap.
Omar, stop playing. You was in here talking about, Diddy need to go to jail and all that stuff. You were against Diddy. So what are you talking about now?
That's what I was trying to say.
Why are you stuttering?
They missed when I said that. I said we all.
Clear your throat, Omar. Clear your throat.
Good call, First Lady. He got him choking on the truth over here.
Yeah, man. I was right.
The hell you jumping around like this?
Omar, you said just a minute ago, you said y'all were wrong.
I said we were all wrong.
You didn't say we were all. Nah. First Lady just called you the fuck out. Good call out, First Lady.
I just gave my fight to show him on his own stuff.
Yeah, none of us said that he was going to be guilty on all charges.
Mel was wrong.
No. I said from the jump that he wasn't going to be charged guilty for free.
Mel was wrong as a boot.
But all you men were booty clapping saying he's going to be
was right. Hey, guess who was right?
Oh,
B. Gotti was right. B. Gotti was.
He's walking right out of there.
B. Gotti was not right. B. Gotti said he was going to do no time and he would be found. B. Gotti said
We also said that he wasn't going to do no time.
B. Gotti said he would do no
and
time.
he said he wasn't going to do no time.
So B. Gotti's wrong.
Nah, he was more right than you were, Jimmy.
No, he won't. There was no hung trial, and he's in jail right now, so he's not right.
In the words of the home, what the hell?
Child, you guys are crazy.
But you know what? I like to see the sexual deviant supporters come out. So you can know who
I'm
they
talking about the trial, man. I'm talking about the trial, brother. Come on, brother.
I know, and
that man got off. We can't put that on that man. That man got off, man. Come on.
He got off on other men. He got off on having a nut on his nipples.
A jury of his peers. Come on, Gemini. We're not doing
He got off with a nut on his nipples.
He used to have the sperm on his lips.
Actually, that didn't come out in trial. I think somebody made that up. I don't think that came out in trial.
That did come out in trial. They testified about semen on his nipples.
No, I'm saying that he put it on Cassie. I don't think he put it on him. That was on Cassie.
Cassie said she would transport the semen immediately.
Okay, Gemini, I got it. We got it.
Don't spill nothing.
She wanted it warm.
Have enough. Today he was gonna be her ass. She would have spilled it.
Mouth to mouth.
You was wrong, Sue. You was wrong.
I think if Diddy got out and threw a freak off right now, I think some of these men would be there. I think they'd be right there.
With me, man.
Patty and Dr. Goddess, I sent you Superhead speaking on Zitty in your back channel.
No.
Superhead, I read her book. She said he like fingers in the booty.
That's okay.
Now, but Omar, you can go get therapy for that, bro. You know, just every conversation got to go back to business.
You was wrong.
You know, the session on that on men's.
I go straight from immigration to Diddy.
It's like Jamal. It's like Jamal.
In the same sentence, bro.
Pivot, man, because that
your mind is on display. When you open your mouth, when you open your mouth, your mind is on display. Remember that, man.
I'm just saying that the black man got off. Come on, sweet. Come on.
I'm saying,
you know what? Sometimes you got to just recognize when you're dealing with what I like to call an intentional contrarian.
Man.
Omar is an intentional contrarian. He says things to get a response.
Yep. And he was going to stick to it until First Lady put him on blast. Though, Gemini. Come on, man.
You got it. He did. He beat the case. He home right now chilling by the pool. What are we talking about?
Somebody else is going to do his time.
Y'all show love out here, Gemini, man. Why y'all so angry on this app, man? Come on, y'all.
I'm not happy. I'm in space. I'm not angry at all. Life is bueno, my friend.
Bueno.
Why are you always trying to frame somebody's dissent as them being angry?
Que pasa, Quinn? Que pasa?
I'm asking you a question. That's not a relevant question.
Someone who wants immigrants out of here, stop speaking my language.
Como, Quinn.
Yeah, you're not even speaking that way.
He wouldn't be able to marry one of them. Hello?
No, Casado.
Wait a minute, where you at, Omar? Let me see.
No Casado.
Sound like it's LA.
Oh, you went and changed to the brown girl. Look at you.
Hey, I keep it moving. Hey, I keep it moving. Y'all stuck on that. I keep it moving, First Lady. What we talking about?
Damn.
I like different flavors. What we talking about?
Wow. Man, you change girls more than you change your underwear. That's crazy.
I was trying to celebrate them earlier for making the pivot, but y'all ain't want that.
That's his cousin.
She got her purse out.
You ain't right.
Y'all ain't right, man.
Who keeps bringing this guy up? I don't get it.
Who got brought up? Who?
For a reason.
Who? So I know.
WATER.
I can spell, you know.
Now we know.
Barely.
Now I want to say agua. I know you're talking about.
Shit, I can speak better Spanish and I can spell better than most y'all. So quit it.
From the grammatic. I've been watching you type and go crazy, so I cannot agree with this water.
Ándale pues.
Been distress texting for like the last 3 days.
Send low. Take fire, man. I don't know whose side you on, man.
Are you
Palestine?
I'm not saying anything.
This dude was all in my back channel talking about I opened the room about him. What the fuck?
Hey, he was in my back channel going crazy yesterday.
Lies.
Is he?
I'll post it.
Lies.
He was all
months ago?
On behalf
You crying now? You trying to gang up on me? What's up, GD?
This is an intervention.
This is an intervention. Matter of fact, we might as well go ahead and say that. We've been saying we was gonna do this. We need to have an intervention here now for our good brother Water because he's going through something. He's very distressed. We can tell by the way he's communicating. We're doing it. This is happening right now.
I wish you would.
We need you.
Drugs outside.
Right. His life's so good. You on Clubhouse.
What does that have to do with life? I'm lost.
The cannabis industry. How come you on Clubhouse so often if it's so good?
I'm my own boss, and my boss said I can do what I want. That's all.
All right.
What does that have to do with you writing these things in the chat and speaking the stuff that you have been speaking lately? What does any of that have to do with that?
It's all good. I know who my people are, so they showing up. They showing up.
What are you?
It's all about Palestine.
Identify your people. I would like to know them too.
Hell no.
He ain't got no people.
Hell no. Opposite.
There's something wrong. It's the people in his imagination.
It's bipolar.
He's in a relationship.
Oh, he's an imaginary friend. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Apparently, a few of them, according to him. He said, "My peeps."
They saw his peeps. They won't even tell us who they are.
No, they not here.
It's the voices in his head.
Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did see somebody that I was surprised support him yesterday with hearts. And I said, what?
Hey, why are you being so mysterious? Just name to somebody.
Because I don't want to call it was
point them out if they're in the room.
Let me see if she here.
Do the ET from the stand.
Let me see if
Was it me?
It was Queen. Said it.
No, she not here.
I have to confess, y'all. I don't know what Water did. I guess I wasn't here when Water did whatever he did. So I don't know why y'all got
Water been wilding out in the chat.
They just covering.
He's been harassing people in the ghoul, wilding out in the chat, making all kind of.
Definitely bipolar.
Don't have a conspiracy. Don't have a conspiracy.
Adding the conspiracy theory to everything.
I have to go with my people. I trust them. I just wasn't here, so I don't know what you did.
You know, he told Aram and Scotty that their time is coming.
I did not. You're a liar now. You're a liar. You are definitely lying.
And you called him a Nazi.
I called Aram a Nazi. I never disrespected Scotty. I stepped back to Scotty after he stepped to me, talking down to me. I said, don't do that again.
All right. So here you go, Deborah. And this is no lies right here, okay? On yesterday, approximately about 7 p.m., that would have been July 8th, 2025, Eastern Standard Time. Great job, fellas. I'm proud of you. There was a response in the chat by such said person. Make sure Air Rum attends, so he stops hiding behind black women after shouting at them to cover for Israel's bullying. That fool has booted me 3 days in a row since Netanyahu shit declared they're prepared to attack Iran again. Let's talk mental health with Air Rum doing politically correct, because I know he won't show up in any other space. He wants war like BB, so let's go.
Yeah, look at my PTR. Look at my PTR. It's
That's right. I said all that.
Hey, where have y'all seen me? Where have y'all seen me open a room on Clubhouse? This was a. He said I opened up rooms, troll. What the fuck, wrong with
Hold up. Let me read this shit. He says, Water, is this
you obsessed, JD?
Bro, out of nowhere. Obsessed.
Hold up. You said you hold up.
Obsessed. You in my DMs, bro. I didn't hit you up.
Pull the mic out your mouth, Gemini.
Bro.
What's up?
Bro, like
what the hell you got going?
Yeah, this
You
dude's
got
constantly
issues
in
right
my
now,
DMs.
man. I don't even want no smoke, Water. You just need to get your shit together.
You're weird.
I know you think I'm weird. It's all good.
You are weird, nigga. We don't.
This ain't my career.
Water, you're wilding out for no reason though, right? Like you're really like this antagonizing people that are not even looking for smoke with you, which is not the smartest strategy.
Brother, all I'm saying is I'm taking fire. Then Patty jumps in, and then everybody else started jumping in. But it is what it is. We move on. I ain't got no smoke.
You, and you've been attacking Maya.
What you getting upset about? Why are you being emotional? Robert and Maya. Robert and Maya.
It's enough, bro.
You ain't doing shit.
See, he always goes to hell.
Yeah, that dude's unhinged as hell.
He's definitely unhinged. I don't know what he's on right now, but he needs a new strain, a new mushroom, a new something.
He ain't on nothing. That's the problem. When he high, he fine, and it's unfortunate that I'd rather have him on stage high.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Withdrawals? I mean, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he needs his mushrooms. I don't think marijuana does it.
Yeah,
honestly, he gives me school shooter vibes, but.
Oh my! Send you home.
Wow. School shooter vibes. Crazy.
That was insane. I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah, he's well into my
Who are we
chat. I
talking
didn't
about?
even read all that stuff.
I missed it. Who we talking
about? H2O. H2O.
Agua, man.
Yo, just keep him in prayer.
He needs to stay in the chat until it
We're gonna lift you up in prayer, good brother. Agua. We're gonna pray you find the right strain, the right micro dose of shrooms, something that levels you out.
Mm-hmm. He ought to have a big knot on his head as many times as he gets bounced out.
That's that old
That was cute. That was cute.
Hard head, nigga soft behind. That's what my dad always.
Water head. Water, you got a water head. Mm-hmm. Oh, Water, I can't. Put your hand down. Just ignore it. Anyway, what's going on in the news? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah?
Wagwan.
What you say?
I said wagwan.
What's going on? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, here come Dark. Hey, Dark.
It was prophesied that I would come, and so too here am I.
Here you are. How are you?
Doing all right. I just finished a Pilates class. I'm feeling good. I'm going to go to the gym again later. Yeah, having a good start to the week. I don't have any jet lag. It's good.
My next Pilates class is July 22nd. That's a far time away.
I feel like you could probably get a few Pilates classes in before then. I'm just putting that.
I know, but that's the time the ladies' schedule has for me to have a one-on-one with her.
Oh.
Girl, you better download the Nike training app.
No, I want to do it with the machine.
Yeah, you can do it with the machine. You can buy it. It's not that expensive.
Okay, good night.
I don't know about getting a whole ass reformer, but I was gonna.
I don't know.
Hey, Brother Messi. So, yeah, but what's going on? What's going on? Anything new? Nothing?
I honestly haven't read the news yet today. I was just the Galaxy Z Fold 7 pre-orders came out today. I know how you love Android phone.
Ooh. Yeah.
Y'all with your single screens.
What is going on here? What is going on here?
Jody, don't pretend like you don't know me. Don't pretend like you don't know.
Oh God, Jesus.
That's what I was doing the other day, lady.
What?
I said I was stretching. Right.
Yeah, I came up here to ask about that. My first question is, has anybody gone to one of those like stretch studios? And then my second question.
I got an invitation.
Okay, and then my second question is, does anybody have or know someone that has gotten that that device that looks like a really big iPad that you can install and do virtual workouts from home?
You talking about the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a mirror.
Oh, girl, you got everything, huh?
I got a mirror. I got a treadmill. I got a cheap. I don't have the expensive ones that they have at that they have.
You stay on the app too, Water. Sorry.
I got a reformer. You can get them for like $300.
Really?
I have a treadmill.
Now, when they came out, didn't they launch during COVID?
The mirrors?
Yeah.
They had them before COVID. I had one right before COVID. But they got one that actually, what is it called? They got one that, what is it called? They got one that comes with the weights and everything, and it's all, it's all pretty and packed in.
Mm-hmm. You got a treadmill, First Lady? Mm-hmm. I got a walking pad.
I got a walking pad and the standing.
No, I have a treadmill.
I got the standing desk too.
Yeah, so I use the walking pad when I'm on the desk. On my desk.
I got a bike too.
Hold on, excuse me. Am I the only nigga that swims?
No, who keeps bringing?
Am I the only nigga that swims?
Take it today.
I can swim. I don't swim regularly though.
Yeah, I don't swim on a regular basis.
It's
because I'm 5'1", and I get tired of being on my tippy toes in the pool. If you must ask.
Learn how to float.
I mean, I don't want to go
great cardiovascular. It's very good for your cardiovascular.
It does. My gym has a public pool, and I don't feel okay about going in the public pool. If I had, like,
brother, if you came up here to crack a joke on my height, you can go right back to the audience.
I hate coming out the water and the light is glistening off my body while I'm in my Speedos, and then people look at me.
Why are you in Speedos at a public pool with children?
Hey, don't hate him because he's in Speedos and he's coming in.
With the children.
You shouldn't wear Speedos in the public pool.
With the children.
Let him wear Speedos if he wants to wear Speedos.
Not with the kids. Leave that thing at home.
Not with the children.
Walking around the pool in Speedos around kids is crazy work.
You know what I really don't like? I do the adult laps. Adult laps. Yeah, I have done a triathlon, and I'm the only nigga doing a triathlon. I hate that shit.
Damn, do you wear Speedos in public pool?
I have, yes. Oh my God, I used to swim.
Come on, that's not fair. That's not fair. No, I want to defend damn man. If he's comfortable wearing Speedos, let him wear Speedos.
Around the children.
We're not advertising.
Around the children.
We're not advertising around the children, man.
He did not say that. He did not say.
Gyrating around children is crazy.
Hey, brother.
Now it's gyrating.
Out here wearing adult underoos around kids.
Right.
So, Janice, did you say you do or you do not know how to swim?
I know how to swim.
Oh, okay, I was just wondering why you were trying to stay afloat in the 5 foot.
See, I knew when he came up here, it was coming up.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I have trauma. I have trauma from a water aerobics class that I took my senior year of college. It was in the 5 feet pool, but it was a lot of work for me at 5'1".
Your hair will be the only thing above water if you stand flat-footed.
Every
Johnny,
fool starts
I ain't
at
gonna
3.5
lie to you.
feet.
I thought you was taller than
3.5 feet.
I know. I get big tall girl energy. I do.
I mean, your voice definitely gives at least, 5'7", 5'8".
Your voice get right.
I'll say 5'8".
Is tiny but mighty.
Mighty
I
Mouse.
typically round up to 5'2", but I was feeling honest today.
5'1".
What is this?
So that means that she's somewhere around 5 foot and a half to 5 feet.
I'm 5'1 3/4, but I claim 5'2".
Oof.
Okay, that's good.
Except for when
It's giving not 5 feet but 4'12", right?
It is, but we're gonna grant her.
My
Like
sister Johnny's
Johnny's a solid. We rock with Johnny.
There's nothing wrong for a grown man to wear Speedos if you swim and you don't.
Oh no! We're advocating for that's why I got you the first time.
Do you watch the Olympics? Do you watch the Olympics?
Why? You are not in the Olympics.
If you want to wear Speedo.
He just said he runs triathlons. He could be Olympic level. I'm just saying, like the guys.
It don't matter. He don't have to wear Speedos.
Damn, let me tell you this, right?
Come on, dog.
You're bringing back trauma for me. Like when I go to Venice Beach, I enjoy people watching, but the one thing I hate is this group of guys that come up there in banana hammocks and they gyrate. And they walk around.
Where's this gyrating come from, Gemini? What is this gyrating?
Where are you going, dog? Where are you
Venice
going?
Beach.
You go somewhere else.
Venice Beach. That's right. Venice Beach.
Somewhere else.
That does happen in Venice Beach. I'm not gonna lie. But
Don't
appropriate that to damn.
That water cold. Like.
No, look, Venice Beach is a traumatic experience, especially when a big old buff black dude comes out with a jerk girl with one tooth. You know
that's
what
a
I'm talking
fact.
about.
Yep, that's a fact.
No,
that is funny as hell because that's a fact.
That's nasty.
Looking like the freaking guy from White Chicks.
I don't know what it's like at Coney Island in New York, but I would imagine it's something like Venice
Like
Beach.
Terry Crews.
No, Coney Island, New York don't look that like Venice Beach.
There's some good looking people there too. It's just a very crazy mix.
Now we comparing Coney Island to Cali.
Right?
I've never been, so I don't. I'm just guessing. Y'all take that with a grain of salt. I don't know nothing about Coney Island.
You wouldn't want to put your toe inside in Coney Island Beach.
If
you all want to ask a question to the House Speaker,
they'll probably have to amputate
You want to ask a question to the House Speaker? Don't you see me
if
speaking?
you want to ask a question to the House Speaker or RFK Jr., the think tank that I'm a fellow at is going to have him.
You'll wait your turn. Y'all gonna wait. Y'all gonna learn to be respectful when people are talking and having a conversation. Ain't nobody tell you jumping in, just change the subject like that. What's wrong with y'all?
Nobody likes talking about his Speedo.
We weren't talking about Speedo. We was talking about
Coney Island Beach.
Damn his Speedos. I was trying to help y'all, but
I was trying to talk about swimming, and then all of a sudden, I told you what I wore, and then.
Not okay.
I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I'm not doing it.
That's just like wearing Fruit of the Looms outside. Like, what are we doing?
Told you, underoos.
Nut huggers.
Underoos.
Nut huggers for real, just suffocating.
But no, seriously. So, have you ever been to the East Coast before?
Yeah, plenty of times. Just never
So,
to
like,
the
have you
beach.
been to Ocean City? Have you been to Virginia Beach?
I've been to Virginia Beach.
Okay.
That was a real basic beach, though. It was not like a Cali beach.
Hey, watch your mouth.
It was. It was cold when I went to. That was not an enjoyable beach.
Why would you go to the beach when it's cold?
Spring break.
Who goes
But that was on you.
Virginia Beach for spring break?
Hey, what y'all doing?
Okay.
Southern roots in Virginia
Beach.
That's where I'm
It was my dumbass roommate's idea. It wasn't. You're right. You're 100% right. You're
If
right.
you really want to know, before Freaknik took off, they used to come to Virginia Beach. It was Black College Beach weekend in Virginia Beach. That's where
Back in
1960. It started in.
Y'all remember? No, but y'all remember the video Rump Shaker? That was shot in Virginia Beach during Black College
I was
Weekend.
alive for that. Rump Shaker.
Yep. That was Pharrell's place.
No, that was Teddy Riley's place. What are you saying?
Well, okay, if you saw the movie that was like a mini documentary on Pharrell. He said he is from Virginia Beach.
Oh yeah, he is from
and
Virginia
the story,
Beach.
yes, the story is Teddy Riley came into town and they did a talent show for the school, and that's where Pharrell was discovered. Bingo, check that out.
That's what you're talking about, the video.
All right. Well, now
Shout out to the clips. Shout out to the clips.
Dark. Okay, so you're apparently having some discussion with somebody, and you want to know what question you should ask. Is that?
Oh yeah, no. I was just gonna say in October I'm going. It turns out I'm going to DC. There's the Republican think tank that I'm a fellow at. Is going to be having the House Speaker and RFK Jr. there, and so I'll probably be able to get some FaceTime.
Mike Johnson?
If anybody has an appropriate question. Yeah. How many House Speakers we got?
I'm just saying. I don't understand why you didn't just say his name. House Speaker.
Oh, yeah, no,
you call
the House Speaker, you know.
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
Okay, go ahead.
MJ, you know.
And so if anybody has some questions, y'all can prepare your questions for the next couple months. Because I'll be able to ask them appropriate ones. I'll get the appropriate ones. I need to keep up my deep state appearances.
Ask him, does he endorse banana hammocks at public pools?
I bet I could ask him that.
He does seem like the type that will wear Speedos.
Let my Speedo go. Let my Speedo go.
Wait a minute. Who modded Dr. Gutters? Because Dr. Gutters got Big Sister blocked, and I am not having this Big Sister blocked out of this room today. What's going on? Dr. Gutters, did you
saw that investigation? That was quick.
Did you unblock her, sis? Hello? Knock knock. Who's there? Me. Me who? Did you unblock her? Dr. Goddess.
Dr. Goddess.
She haven't came off mic in a while, so she might be
pleading the fifth like Biden's doctor is today.
She's reading the Epstein list. She's reading the Epstein list right now. Gonna give us a scoop.
No, but Biden's doctor did plead the fifth at a Senate oversight, at a House oversight committee.
Then we talk about what is she? The president? One of the main people at X just resigned.
Yeah, no, she was the CEO.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to say the wrong. She was CEO. Okay, CEO.
Yeah.
They said because of Grok. I didn't understand that. Why because of Grok? Well, what does Grok have to do with anything?
Oh, were you in here when Your Honor was talking about how it went rogue with anti-Semitic? I can't talk today. Answers to their AI.
Anti-Semitic.
Yeah, thank you. Was that yesterday?
We all knew what she was saying.
I'm just helping.
I think that was yesterday. Yeah. Maybe that has something to do with it. So
that's why she resigned? I'm just trying to connect the two. What's the connection?
Why did you know?
She didn't publicly state it from what I've read. I might need to read a little more, but she was just thanking him for the opportunity to lead over at X.
Your mama's in the audience. Your mama, do you know why she designed? Your mama knows all that kind of stuff. Y'all just gonna make me look bad today. Get y'all.
Do we know what the total is on the Texas flooding at all?
It was 111 before I went to bed last night.
I just saw 119, unfortunately.
119.
Wow.
She said she's tired.
Oh, Miss Patty, could you check your back channel?
She said, I don't think it's related to Grok.
Oh, okay. So that was just a bunch of bull crap. Okay.
That was me trying to be informed and stand out. My bad.
No, somebody did say something about Grok earlier, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't ask the question then, so that's why I was trying to ask the question now. But I guess they're gone.
That's because in the last few days, how y'all doing?
Hey,
mama.
That's because in the last few days, Grok has had some issues with posting, as Johnny said, anti-Semitic and pro-Hitler responses to some of their users. but I don't think people have been saying online that that's the reason, but I don't think that's the reason. I think it is hard to work for Elon Musk, and she's been there 2 years. And I don't mean hard to work for him like he's something, like he's mean or something like that. I just mean that he works really erratically, and I'm assuming that she just would like to have a different lifestyle. That's just my assumption. I don't think it's necessarily related to growth, though.
And here's AI's response. I know y'all don't like AI, but it is what it is. It's the Google one. It says her departure comes after a period of significant changes and controversies at the company, including the platform's rebranding, the introduction of new features, and ongoing concerns about misinformation and hate speech. While she did not publicly state a specific reason for her resignation, it was announced a day after the platform's AI chatbot Grok generated anti-Semitic content.
I think that anti-Semitic content. Thanks, JD. I think that anti-Semitic content that Grok is spewing came directly from Elon, who has a history of doing that, had to be chastised by the White House for doing that, went on his own platform and redid it again multiple times, did his little Nazi salute at the inauguration, and he's been one of the main people that was interacting with Grok during this development. So I don't know, it would make a lot of sense for Grok to start taking some of that information and spew it back out from the chief himself.
Does anybody use it?
I do. It's good
The MAGA
no. If you're looking for, like, I'm into crypto, and if you're looking for like what's trending right now, it could go over all the different tweets and kind of take it away and give you a good summary of what's trending and why and who reposted what. You know, it has some useful features. It does. It just, you know, has some other elements that obviously need to be dialed in, or is dialed in the way you want it, which is anti-Semitic.
I think it's okay if you want to write open door sex, not safe for work.
I agree.
Wait a minute, what happened?
No ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, you can get to do stuff, but it's not always as reliable. There are models that are better than that.
Have you tried Venice at all, April?
I have not. No, I'm busy.
Venice is no guardrails. You can go into Venice and be like, yo, I want to figure out how to do the craziest shit in the world, and it will structure it for you.
Well, there's some crazy shit people do, and we're having to do some legal stuff around people using this new tool that we have. Mm-hmm. So we make sure we're not held responsible for shit people be doing.
Mm. I like Claude as well, Maya.
I love Claude. Claude is my bestest friend. Claude 4. Oh, my God.
I pay for Claude and barely use it. I need to use it more.
I think people on here that use ChatGPT to find, like, information about particular things, they should probably, like, move to Perplexity AI, because it is better for search.
Love Perplexity.
I haven't tried Perplexity. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How compatible or comparable is it with Chat?
Oh, it's better. I mean, yeah, it's better. It cites sources really well.
Oh, okay. Can you direct it to what sources you consider valid and not?
Oh, I haven't tried that.
Yeah, well, it does fact checking. So, like, the difference between, like, when you go to Google and you search today, at the top of the Google search, before you get to the list, mm-hmm. you'll see, like, a summary of what it's pulled, but you can't always determine which sources it uses, and Perplexity provides the sources first before they actually give you the content.
Gotcha.
So you can ask it first. You could tailor it to a certain type of content that you want. So let's say you want an academic journal rather than a news source. You can tell it that.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the insight. Perplexity does automated tasks, create bots, things like that, like Chat does.
So it's different from So this is why I said it's like comparable to like a Google search. It's right now Perplexity is meant to provide like more research related search material rather than like actually creating projects and stuff like that. I think for projects you might want to stay with, you know, the Scales, the Claudes, the Geminis of the world, or Llama to do the projects that you want.
I just love that they named the AI after me. I'm so humble.
This country.
Boy, stop.
Everybody let that sit.
I was trying to get off my.
Oh, that was Deborah. Good job, Deborah. Good. Dr. Goddess, I really don't want to be performative, and I don't want to have to move you down on my own. I don't know if you're asleep or not, but I really want to know, are you the person that blocked Big Sister? If you have unblocked her, then just let me know. I sent you a back channel. Hello? Are you there?
Well, what happened, First Lady? Who blocked Sister?
I don't think she was even in here when yesterday when you were asking. She was.
I would not say what I'm saying.
Okay, just move her to the goo.
Again, I'm trying not to be performative, but you're making me perform.
Too late for that. Too late, First Lady.
Once again, you're a Gemini, so.
Good morning.
Wow, hey, not too much on Gemini.
Who blocked Sister? What happened?
I don't know what happened. That's why I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Why are you worried about it, Omar?
Right.
Because people like,
hey, your mama, while they're trying to work through that, your mama, can you name the those other three sources you said? Claude, Perplexity, and there were some the ones for projects.
I named Scale, and it looks like what's the other one name? So I mentioned Scale, and then it's another one called
I feel like it started with an L.
An L?
I thought it did.
Llama.
Okay.
Llama is Meta, so that's a Facebook related property. And then for like chatbot stuff, Meta AI is also, which uses Llama, their large language model. But those are the ones that I use. There's some others as well.
Okay, thank you.
What about Copilot? Isn't that one too? Copilot by
yeah, Microsoft. So Copilot is powered by ChatGPT. That is the LLM that it builds off of.
I mean, it defaults to like everything.
Yeah, I'm a huge chat user, GPT, but I want to try something else, project related.
Yeah, the projects I definitely would recommend like Claude or or Llama. I mean Meta AI, because that's what they're meant to do. So I would recommend one of those. Gemini is also it is not as good as the others in my opinion, but it is more, I think more smaller scale companies are using it, similar to how like people who use Microsoft Suite are now using Copilot because of the Microsoft integration. But I do think like if you're doing like projects, you want to like, I don't know, track news stories, I would definitely think Claude and Meta AI would do it for you. I mean, I would say try a lot of different ones and figure out which one you like the best. And just know that you have to check your work, and it should be good. Other people might also recommend DeepSeek, which is the Chinese-owned one.
I don't like
I hear that. Yeah, I hear a lot of people. Saying like that they like it, but I'm not particularly keen on it because I think that you don't get as insightful information But anyway, yeah, I would try, like, if you're doing a project, I would try Claude, I would try Meta AI and Llama. And if you really want something more reliable, I would start out with like Perplexity as like your use case to see what kind of information you get, and then build from there. But I don't pay for all of these. Try them out before you like commit to paying these different services.
I wouldn't use DeepSeek simply because it's China and it can be taken away from us, like, TikTok, excuse me, like they want to do that. So I don't want to get dependent upon something that will
Well put, and shout out to my friend out for the NVIDIA tip.
Look, I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't stress China. I know that you're not saying this. I just want to be clear. I'm not recommending DeepSeek. I'm just saying some people might recommend it because they like it. It seemed to be faster in how it was thinking for people. So, just know it's owned by, it's owned by China, and do whatever you want with that.
Well, I know Patty shouldn't be using DeepSeek because Patty's too important. She's the only one in this room where I think if China was tapping anybody, it'd be her.
Shut up, Speedo.
If for people who are looking at like project-based stuff, try also Scale AI.
I'm just playing. I couldn't resist. Cause I'm gonna call you damn Speedo.
Well, I'm just saying, like Patty knows, like, she talks military intelligence, so I mean, like, it's very insightful, but then yet, that's too insightful for people that are trying to break into the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
Bro, Patty is not speaking intelligence on this fucking.
Yeah, you pandering now, brother. You pandering, brother.
Yeah, you are pretty much pandering.
Dude, the stuff that she says that it seems like she has some experience with, especially when it comes to military operations. Come on, dude. Nobody provides that information as in-depth as Patty does. For real, though. Come on.
What are you calling dude?
What is really wrong with you today? She does not give any information. You know what? I'm gonna go.
She trying to go viral.
No goddamn thing.
The Speedos are too tight.
Nah, that needs to be said, bro. Chill out with that. She does not disperse intelligence on here.
Right. The only thing that I talk about is what y'all would be able to know if you could read it. If you read it, if it was your interest. That's it. I don't tell no.
We know, Patty.
I don't do that.
He crazy.
That's all we need is that.
That don't need to be clarified when somebody's insinuating some bullshit like that, though. Like, that need to be clarified.
John Kitover on here streaming on his motherfucking page talking crazy.
You're right, Speedo. That Speedo is cutting off brain cells right now, clearly.
You could just say, "Hey, Patty, I like you. Do you like me?"
Yeah, that's all you had to do, man. That was crazy.
That's it.
Yeah, go ahead and try it. No.
My son.
No. I appreciate her.
Spot up there and beat your ass. Okay, we pay.
I'm saying is I appreciate her insight. That's it. Get off yourself.
You get yourself off.
Well, I thought I appreciated you, April, but I don't know about today.
Listen,
it might not happen.
You being too much today. You being too spicy today. Just settle down. Just have a snack. If you're feeling kind of like hangry, just go get a.
You're raising my blood pressure. You're raising my blood pressure, and you're testing my nerves.
You choose for your own blood pressure to be raised. Don't be blaming that shit on me. You blaming people for a whole lot of stuff today.
Who dropped out the goddess?
Especially the women in the room. Stop it.
Quit being messy, Omar.
Omar, you know what's going on.
Oh, no. I was looking. I was like, I thought she was on stage. My bad.
Where's Big Sister?
Hey, slow down. Usually I like gingers, but I don't know about you.
I am not a ginger, okay? That came out of a bottle, all right? Make me have to tell my beauty secrets and shit.
Hey, did y'all ever get a MAGA take from Matt? Because I know he sounded like he wanted to follow Notorious.
On what? What was he going to come?
There was a segment earlier where, obviously probably long past this now, but there was a segment where some of the MAGA people were explaining their position.
MAGA segment.
Well, you know, Notorious was right. Well, Quinn, you know, Notorious was right. What we did was,
we all put on our MAGA hats and gyrated.
Yeah, down there near Trent, near the border. Yeah, MAGA's very,
That's how we stop the floods. We just gyrate with MAGA hats.
Stop the flood with Matt's mucus problem.
Yeah, that we all pay for.
That's funny, man.
What's even funnier is MAGA hats are made in China, but, you know.
Everything about MAGA is foreign.
Now, you know you're going to go look that up, too, right?
Please do. While you're at it, his shoes were made in China. While you're at it, the Bible, too, that he was selling.
And the phone.
And that ring that he was giving out.
Muy malo.
Damn, all the usual suspects. China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Mexico. That is fucking crazy, bro.
That hat got like 5 tariffs on it.
Terrorist stacking? Yeah, totally. Got a tower of terrorists.
I mean, the irony of that is got to be fucking not lost on anybody.
You thought I was playing, huh?
I wasn't sure. I just had to go look myself. That's crazy.
It's like everybody else can't do it, but he can do it. And then he could just bail out and leave everybody else with the bill.
He has touched. He's touched enough. I mean, enough of the issues that. Well, not touched. Maybe that's not the right word. He has focused enough on some of the issues, some of the things that drive them enough to where they'll ignore everything else. Like, it's still stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's still dumb. Because, one thing, the other things tend to be way more important than the things that they're concerned about. But it's important to them. That's the crazy thing. They'll ignore everything else. Like, in the back of their mind, don't get it twisted. They know how fucking nuts it is if they have any kind of soul. They're not that stupid. I know we call them stupid. They're not that dumb. They just choose to ignore things. Case in point, Omar. Omar knows what he's doing. He's ignoring things on purpose. Notorious is ignoring things on purpose. They're not stupid. They just do dumb things.
When? I don't know. I want you to think about this, right? The dumbest voter is a single issue voter. And when you ask them to substantiate why they voted for him or why they would recast the same vote again right now today, they're going to go back to what? A single issue. So when you say they're not that, I don't know.
No, I'm saying, but single issue voters are not politically sound. You know what I'm saying? But the issues that they're focusing on are important to them. They think
They're convinced that that's the only thing they have to focus on. Now, being politically aware, understanding all the issues and how they relate to one another, and then making a decision on what's really the most important for the country in general, that's not the kind of decisions they're making. They're looking at one issue that may impact them or they feel impact them in something, but then making the choice.
But Quinn,
they still dumb. I agree, but it's just not. That's not. They're not stupid.
Hey, Quinn makes Quinn makes an excellent point, man. Because I hate when we throw that dumb term around. Yo, there's some brilliant people on MAGA side.
I don't know if I know that.
No, hold on. Just like brilliant people.
I need some of them to show up on Clubhouse.
No, I'm just saying there's some brilliant people on the other side too, and it's dumb people on both sides. But I just think when we automatically say they're dumb just because they're MAGA, I think that's when we're missing something. You know, we're missing the broader thing that a lot of this populace is saying.
Quinn, I think we should substitute dumb for gullible, or maybe easily persuaded. Cult-like.
There's a case to be made.
Oh yeah, we can substitute.
We could just call them birds of a feather because they like the shit he does, and they probably done some of the same shit. So they can they identify with him because that's what they do.
But also this, don't forget this too. I didn't tell someone else this. There is a constant stream of piss poor information coming their way. Now it impacts different people. We have a better shield. That's the way I frame it. We have a better shield, and there's some people who are impervious to that. But there's other people who I don't think we can even conceive of. They just don't have a good shield. Like they absorb all of that shit. You can tell because when they're talking to you, they ain't doing nothing but reciting the shit. They don't really understand
that shield though. Like if you have a refrigerator,
your education, your education is your shield. That's really what it is. We don't put enough emphasis on that, but that's what it is. People think about what is universal about the people on this stage, just in general. No, it's not.
But to your point, Quinn, do you think that the other side, which is the blue side, that side parrots people too, though? Parrot talking points and like when we were talking about immigration earlier, it was like a one big parrot. Like what ML was saying. Everybody was parroting information. I think that happens on both sides, Quinn. That's okay.
Well, it does to some degree, but then we have to start getting into what the information is. Like, what are we saying? Right? Are you repeating things? Am I repeating things that can be sourced and are true? Now, that's one thing. I can be repeating something. It can be true. I may not understand it, but to your point, I'm just parroting what I heard someone else say. But what if you go and check what's being said? I'm not talking about me specifically, but if you go and check what's being said, it can be sourced. Like there's information that you can track back to something truthful. Whereas in the other side of that equation, it's often half truth. It's actually either just a lie all the way out. Or it's just not something that they actually can corroborate. It's just you're saying things that are contextually true, like you don't understand them in totality. So the information matters. Like when we actually get down to it, the information matters. What you're repeating makes a difference.
So is it different to choose your vote based on your ideology versus weighing the factors involved in your vote?
Quinn, I think you're highlighting something interesting here that I've hypothesized on for a while. I believe that people afflicted with the MAGA disease lose the ability to understand proportions and gradients of things. We can say both sides do whatever, but to your point, we are missing the depth to which these transgressions happen, the depth to which this miscommunication happens, etc. And so it really is a degree that we have to focus on, not simply the action of it. And it is this understanding of things that I believe that people afflicted by the MAGA disease lose the ability to understand.
That is 100% true.
I mean, notice, because none of them seem to be able, they only stop at the both sides argument, but are apparently incapable
of understanding or highlighting or caring about the degree to which these things are happening. It is fascinating and a very specific pattern I discovered on this app before that.
But I also think it's intentional. That's more important than anything. Like, not understanding nuance, can be overcome if you actually want to, right? If you're just open to learning. But when you have dug in and you have predetermined what you should understand or what you should know, that's not intelligence. Smart people are always open to being wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's why people call, for those of you who are wondering, meaning you MAGA people, that's why people keep calling you stupid.
Well put.
It's because for that reason right there, it's like you're not even open to learning anything new, which suggests that you're okay with knowing the little that you do.
Quinn, my dad always told me something. He said, be smart enough to know what you don't know.
Amen to that. Words of living.
Right. And the other version of that is only an idiot knows everything.
I think Quinn, that stupid stuff, I'm going to tell you where it comes from. And it's not necessarily information-wise. I think, because at one time, the Democrat used to be like this working class folks, right? The janitor, the sanitation worker. I'm going to use that cool.
You guys worship fucking billionaires? Like, seriously? You guys voting class for Elon?
Y'all got it.
Go ahead, man.
No. She's got a good point, though. She made a good point. When you can't
get my point off, though.
When you cannot acknowledge faults in your own platform, when you can't acknowledge that there's certain things that our leader is doing that is not compliant with what I want done or congruent with anything that's logical, right? And you just want to act like everything's perfect and I got what I wanted and he's doing what we need done and I don't see any faults and everybody's just a hater, instead of admitting to the obvious. That's where we say you guys are a cult. That's why we say you're
I'm going to give you pushback. Remember when Elon was talking about that H1B1 stuff? He almost called a civil war in MAGA, right? That is one example where dissent is heavy. I'm talking about heavy in MAGA. You would never see that on the Democratic side in today's context on open platforms like that. That goes to show you that they're not a cult. That alone, that H1B1 thing alone will show you that.
Push back on one item.
Go ahead.
So there's something else that happened.
I haven't seen that. When the last time I seen that publicly amongst Democrats, or even on the stage, for Christ's sakes? Everybody agrees with everything. Yeah, Sen, you're right. Yeah.
No, we don't. That's not true
at all. It's a
That's
cult.
not true at all. We debate amongst ourselves all the time. What are you talking about?
It's a cult, Gemini.
That's not accurate at all. You're being factually inaccurate. I can have a factually based conversation with anybody, but you're not being honest.
So, but I'm saying on a national level, what position was he hotly contested within the Democratic circle in the last 6 months?
Palestine.
You go to the Palestine trope. That's a little. Come on, man.
You asked for one.
Come on, man. Where everybody's 50-50 on you all parties are 50-50 on that. Come on,
you asked.
In court, they would say action.
Yeah, but all parties are 50-50 on that. MAGA's 50-50.
Philip has other examples.
What are we talking?
I can give you other examples.
Give me another example, Philip.
Okay, sure.
First, let's find out how many he wants before he'll be satisfied. How many do you want a month before you're satisfied?
I just want Philip outside of Palestine.
Give a number.
I just want one that was publicly debated.
Okay, just one. He wants just one.
New Deal. Green New Deal.
Man, how long ago was that, Philip?
You didn't specify.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Stop.
Here's classic MAGA. Nothing that we give them ever satisfies.
No, but I'm trying to.
This is an exercise of futility. It happens every day on the stage.
Let me give you
y'all
another
gotta
one.
give me something more recent now. Come on, man.
Okay. Inflation policy. There has been public spats.
Yeah, I don't know.
Inflation policy that Summers advocated for and other economists that advocated for. It spilled over into a public debate across many platforms from economists and policymakers.
Okay.
How to combat, remember when Summers were pushing for very high interest rate hikes immediately? Because he was treating inflation as, remember the whole transitory or not transitory debate?
Oh, you want
in relation to inflation?
Oh, you want the Chat GPT on me? You got it.
What Chat GPT?
You got it, Philip. You got it.
What Chat? Oh God.
What's happening is you're giving information and he can't refute it, so he has to go figure out a different way to try to describe it.
Nah. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to say is there is dissent. My overarching point is there's a lot of dissent in MAGA. Okay, a lot. It's not no MAGA. One thing about MAGA is not
don't
no
need
damn
a
echo
lot.
chamber.
If you can give us a lot, you give us some stuff.
Yeah,
You
give us 5 points. Give us 5 points.
No, there is. No, Omar is correct. There's dissent over the Epstein client list. There is dissent
a lot of
over
they're mad about that, Dark.
starting new wars as well. That's causing a lot of dissent. Starting new wars. Those are two big things that are causing dissent.
Yeah, I agree. But the difference is, I think, is that, and this is what happens with cults. Cults disagree too within the framework of cults. People disagree too. But what distinguishes cults from not cults, right, is systemic delegitimization of outside information, like coming from outside, right? So if some type of let's say climate science, right? Climate science is not treated as an argument, rather the one to contend with, right? And argue on the merits, whether there is or isn't climate science, but it is delegitimized because it's a globalist conspiracy of China to, do something to the United States, right? Any argument that is coming from outside is not treated on its merits, but rather,
She's doing that because the room is being streamed.
Yeah, she knows.
It stops the room from being streamed because it's copyrighted music.
It's fair.
We can talk over it.
Continue with your submission. Just go ahead, bro.
yeah, I was saying that cults, primary kind of distinction between cults and no cults is that they delegitimize any outside source of knowledge, like we see that in climate change, we see it in COVID, we see it with economists, right? Like currently it's about the economists, right? Like economists don't know anything because they crashed the economy, or we don't need to hear from them, all of that, and they pursue their tariff policy. So, I think that is the key distinction.
Hey, but Philip, can we say you guys are a cult too? When people, say, Omar, that wasn't no assassination attempt on Trump. The CIA planned it. That was a government did that. Hey, nobody was trying to assassinate Trump. They're the same qualities, Philip. Come on.
Let me find some agreement with you. I think you see, and there was a poll that, and a few articles written on the emergence of Blue Anon, and basically widespread belief in that Donald Trump, for example, didn't win the election and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't think it's as widespread as that poll suggested, but who knows? It wasn't didn't have very much of a significant. It wasn't really good quality poll.
Hey,
just
Phillips,
44%.
I'm giving you one last one, Phillips. What they saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elon rigged the machines for Donald Trump to win the election.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you. You see similarity, but I don't think it is as mainstream and as widespread as it is on the right? The big lie and that the election was stolen was a mainstream thing that is supported by politicians, media personalities on the right. On the left, I mean, maybe there are one or two below-known politicians right now. I'm not sure. I don't. To my knowledge, none exists. But maybe you can find one or two. I don't know. But it's not at the same level at all.
Philip, you see, this is another clear example of why I believe those afflicted with the MAGA disease lose the ability to understand gradients and proportions of things. We have seen it demonstrated multiple times, even just in the last 10 minutes. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Those of us who might think that also did not storm the Capitol and try to tear shit up either, or stop the certification of the election. That's important to know.
Well, again, it's a
lie or go ahead, Bedard.
No, I was just going to say, to your point, April, it's a matter of degree and proportion, right? Somehow, a de minimis minority, I would suggest, of people who believe what was just discussed, somehow is tantamount to thousands of people storming the Capitol on January 6th, 2021.
Yeah, they have to make those associations because they know how fucked up it is, what was done, and they have to try to like, oh, well, you guys do that too, or get back. They always have to try to do that. And I would too, if I was, following this train wreck.
This orange idiot. April,
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Has there ever been a time where a Democratic candidate has been caught lying to the point where it was legally validated as a lie and someone had to settle for, I don't know, 750 mil, 780 mil, something like that? Has that ever happened?
I have to go look that up. Yeah, in recent times, right, Gemini?
Right.
Yeah, Omar's gone now, isn't he? Now he's gone.
Yeah, you don't want to leave when we start
This is
talking
how
facts.
shit works every time. And I tell y'all, we fall into it every time. They never, you saw how he kept asking for examples. None of the examples were enough, and they never will be enough. It'll never be enough. You can never feed a MAGA enough. They always want more because they just are not going to. What you said earlier about how, or what Quinn said earlier about how the stupid part and how they don't, I've seen it again, time and time again. When we tell them things on, I don't know about that, I haven't heard about that, I haven't read about that, they don't want to. They're not interested. It won't.
You know how many times I had that conversation with me Infinity where I was providing with easily verifiable, validatable, just type on Google facts. And I'm not aware. I wasn't aware. Let me look that up. Put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat.
All day.
Like, what do you mean? Don't you do any form of investigation before you form an opinion? Or do you just listen to what Trump says and then dick ride it to freedom? Like, what are you doing?
Well, folks, in Omar's defense, again, running in this way is the only way he's able to get Cardi. So, heart health.
He also said he embraces the dumb voters and that he appreciates them, and I understand why. I would too if I had an easily manipulated crowd that I can say anything. I got shot here, cheer, okay, let's do it.
There will never be anything. There will never be anything. I saw a tweet today as disgusting as it is, and I'll have to go verify it because I don't pay attention to those tweets unless I get a notification because I follow like important, intelligent people on X and not the other shit. But I saw this pop up, and the man was saying, and I'm paraphrasing, that the most important thing is that Donald Trump is the president and can run the country. If he did anything with children, that's terrible, but Christians forgive and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, there's never a depth that they sink to that surprises me. That didn't surprise me that someone would say that. This is where we are
It doesn't surprise me. So there is
What they
nothing. Oh,
What
hold
they
on.
say,
I
Sister
want.
Wife.
Let me get it for you, because I put it in Telegram.
I'm at work, so I want you to. I'm only talking to you. I'm not talking to the rest of these people on the stage.
Here's a tweet.
Unless
Okay.
it's Patty or First Lady. Go ahead. Or
This
Mel,
was
or
this was
Deborah.
Travis Matthew share. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
This
you.
was Travis Matthew. I don't know who that is. Sharing a tweet from a person named Brad T. Faciti. Faciti. I don't know who that is either. It just came across my feed. And Brad said, I would say no. The future of our country is too important. It is not wonderful if Trump had sex with a lot of children, but as Christians, we need to forgive. And it is good that he is the president, yes, even if he rapes women and girls. That was the tweet. Content.
No.
Lisa, did you hear? Lisa.
Well, I can say we all heard. I heard it loud and clear, but it's wild. So
again, I would have to research the veracity of that. If this is a real tweet, like I don't look at who these people are. I don't hang out in that. I get like it comes across because somebody who doesn't follow MAGA like retweets it.
And plus with these banks, I just want to mention, on January 6th, this is the wildest thing. How does an insurrection have a mascot? Remember that? Jacob Chansey, the QAnon
shaman.
Shaman. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. They had a mascot. That shows how crazy you are. That is the full extreme, the expression, the embodiment of the craziness that is on that side. I mean, they had a mascot. I hope he's locked up too, because that dude.
I think they have videos of him when he had to show up for either sentencing or his arrest. I think I remember seeing in some of the news.
Was he still dressed up?
No, but my memory is foggy, but I feel like he was in a totally different demeanor. I think it's a good
correct.
word. Yeah, and do you remember more about it?
Yes,
I feel like
he changed his old tune and talked about, Trump lied to them and whatnot, and then obviously he was under a spell. Because remember, he was the one who tried to get the judge to give him vegan meals in prison. He went back to court to get vegan meals, and they said, no.
Oh,
but he definitely changed his tune. Yeah, he definitely changed his tune. He regretted that it was kind of stupid and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, as far as I can tell, this man did say these things. I'm looking on X on his account. Sometimes people take things off their accounts. But he is, to stuff that people are asking him, he's like, someone said, so you openly admit you voted for a man who treats women, including his own daughter, as sexual objects, and who is an adjudicated REPIST. I do that for social media because sometimes they'll block you. But anyway, had sex with Stormy Daniels when his wife was pregnant and then paid her hush money. Gee, you really have low standards, Brad. He's laughing. It literally, everybody knew that when we voted for him. Have you been living under a rock? It is just that we are wise enough to know to forgive for past sins and move forward with the person who is best at saving the country. Lisa, did you hear me? Lisa, she doesn't hear me, or she can't answer.
You're right. I have a patient in front of me. I love.
Oh, sorry, sweetie. Sorry.
No. Thank you, because I'm listening intently. Trust me. No, I ain't gonna say intently, but
this is what he said. This is what is okay, and this is the kind of. I don't want to say that's all MAGA voters, but we've heard
different maggots here say, it's what it is. It's okay. It's not great, but we can forgive.
But didn't he lose a lawsuit where he was about the
that was with
thing?
What was that woman's name? Golly.
But did he lose? Because if he lost, doesn't he have to register?
He was found civil. It was a civil case.
Civilly liable.
Does he still have to register? Well, yeah. Does he still have to register to be like a sex offender? Like, is he a registered sex offender?
No, civilly liable, I don't believe forces you to do that. I believe you have to be criminally liable, not civilly liable.
Yeah.
That was for the Jean Carroll case. Yeah, it wasn't rape. He wasn't charged or found guilty of rape. It's
a civil case. Yeah.
I still think he needs to register. But anyways, that's my.
I mean, well, yes, we can believe that, but legally, I guess he does not have to.
Yeah, but that was that person there that I read you the tweet from. That's what I mean by birds of a feather. Okay, people who are okay with these things. I could never be okay with any person being in any position of power over me or this country who had done those things. And I know we don't always know what everybody's doing, right? All of our politicians. But if I know about it, hell no, I'm not voting for you. You deserve, to me, I can't say what you deserve, probably on social media. But it's not good. You don't deserve anything good, and you definitely don't deserve to have any position of power anywhere.
Real quick, so it's no secret, I am about to block Water. He got one more message to leave me. He talking about how he gonna go online and leave bad reviews on all my businesses, and I work with the cartel and all kinds of weird shit. I'm about to block this dude.
What is going on?
What's wrong with Water?
Hey, Gemini, you work with the cartel?
Is he in your back?
I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. Water is contaminated. I'm just saying.
I told you he's in school shooter vibes.
Nah, but when you start saying you're gonna leave bad reviews on my businesses, like, we don't even do business.
Oh, he's gotta go. He's gotta go. That's crazy.
Is he hitting you in your back channel, Gemini?
Yeah.
Look, he's contaminated. His pH is off. Like, it's inlet.
He said he was gonna do a review on your business, Gemini.
Who are you guys blocking?
Oh, he gotta go.
Who are you guys blocking?
Water.
Yeah, Water gotta go.
What are you doing? What do you mean gotta go?
He said he was gonna write a bad review about Gemini's business. Anytime you go into that level, yeah, that ain't it.
Dying normal.
Yeah, I agree.
He said that?
Water, you need to distill and chill.
Gemini. Can you hear me? What the?
Yes,
I hear you. I'm about to PTR right now. Here, I'm gonna show you.
Water
I'm about to PTR right now.
And he's checking his messages because Water keeps sending him these crazy ass messages.
What do you think Water needs to maybe titrate? Because, last night he was such a caring and loving person in the last 3 hours of the night.
The last 3?
No.
Titrate.
No. Like last night. I mean, you guys know he's in the room with me until I close.
What's titrate mean?
Huh?
What does titrate mean?
It means titrate means you need to find a particular level to where your medication is working at a superior. Yeah. So
well, I don't think he's on it.
Either not getting enough, or he might be getting too much. Even getting too much can change your behavior or the way your impulse control and stuff like that. So, is he in the room? Water, get your shit together, boo, because I don't want to have to block you out of 420. You know what I'm saying? But if we need to do what we need to do, I mean,
I think you're past that point.
He got on some really bad anti-Semitic shit last night.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, you want to see? Go ahead and PTR. And this is.
People had to like.
I haven't even been. He been sending me messages for like 2 days, and I hadn't even responded. This is the first one I'm responding to. But read it right there.
This is going on like a 3-day episode now, right?
He's having like a manic episode or something.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's nothing I can do.
I'm not threatening this dude. I'm not calling him out his name. None of that. He just being weird. And like when you start talking about you gonna leave reviews for my business, that's crazy.
And then he said,
I'm not worried about it hurt my business. I just don't like it.
Says I paid for you to have. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what the fuck I don't know.
I'm sorry. Is
You think water is evaporating?
Huh?
You guys
Water
think
white.
evaporating? Evaporation.
Is Water a white boy? He's a white boy, ain't he?
He's Caucasian. Yes.
Yeah. All right. This is when we.
Wait, I thought it was
happens
Asian.
when we allow.
I might be wrong. Hold on. I'm lying.
I thought Water was black.
He told me his
I thought he was black and
No,
Asian.
he's not black.
I thought he was Blasian.
He's not Caucasian.
He's not black.
Okay.
He's Blasian. I thought he was Blasian. Black.
I thought he was black and something.
No.
I just say he's black.
I say that he evaporated with the cloud seeding.
He's problematic, whatever
Who said
race
that?
that is.
Yeah, that was me, Lisa.
You know what I'm saying? That's every race. You're going to find it.
I'm trying to understand what did he pay for me to get? Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to
seriously.
figure out. What you guys got going on?
We don't have nothing going on. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
You guys
Are you
got
doing business with him?
Are you crazy? No.
He evaporated with the cloud seeding. Let him go.
He said you would be nothing without what he's giving you, Gemini.
Nothing.
He must
Oh,
be.
That's your investor?
That's my secret investor. Y'all got it.
There's your VC. You know who your VC is.
Have you? I love the day. You guys have been entertaining the hell out of me. I'm at work. I am like, my brain is split in half. I'm listening to you guys. Plus, I'm giving excellent care to my patients. And you guys have had me on 12 all day. I'm just like, oh my God, I need to go on a break. Let me go in the bathroom. And then I come in downstairs. I give my little thing to you guys. Then I go back to my patient. How you feeling, baby?
She gotta get her dose
Well, you
up.
a goddamn lie. Then I come back.
You get your dose of Clubhouse crack. That's all. You get your little dose of Clubhouse crack.
In my vein. You guys hit the right vein, okay? I love it. I love it. So, But Gemini, you're on early. What's up?
I'm moving around today, so I could be on mic. Sometimes I'm focused on my way. It depends. Right now, I'm doing a lot of mind-numbing, just redundant tasks online, so I can be here at the same time.
Hello?
Yeah, water used to be water, but now he's mean, lean, saline.
Okay, I'm all in y'all's business. The CEO was on too.
What I do?
No, he's mud. M-U-D. Because the word mixed with dirt, now he's mud.
You are going
Sorry.
in and out.
And April Pooh is on. What the hell is going on? Am I supposed to be off today? Oh, yeah.
I am also doing things that are mind-numbing, and so I'm listening to you guys while I do it. And then later, I'm going to be beating Claude into doing my will to write this book, so that's what I'm doing. And I don't care if y'all know it.
Who the hell is Claude?
You use an AI to write a book?
CO, don't. Okay, this is not.
Where is your creative integrity?
You know what? Don't
Where
start
is
this
it?
with me. Do not. You don't.
April already have landed.
Hey, April, I haven't told you this, but
Damn. Go ahead, Gemini. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'll yield. Go ahead.
I have written 50 books, over 50 books, before AI became a thing on the scene. What I am doing right now, I am working for my friend's company, and we've developed, because she's the brains, has developed, okay? Her team has developed a thing that will revolutionize indie publishing. Indie means self-published authors. We get the shit all the time. But she's also been approached by one of the big 5 publishers about this tool that we have, about the things that she's doing, because she's the only writing with AI person who's a specialist in this field for writers. And yes, she's had death threats on Twitter because I'm not going to go into. What? People want to say that we're not writers. Okay, listen, you can't do what we can do to get a story from AI because you don't know how to write. First, you have to be a writer. For us, it's a tool that we use to make shit happen. Now, I'm not going to have that conversation here on the stage, but in any case, yeah, later, Lisa.
That's a good lecture, April.
Claude is an LLM.
50 bucks. Look at my girl. Y'all can't touch my girl.
And I have edited so many more than 50 for other people. Okay, I work for my friend in her business, but I also have my own clientele that is selected, and I don't take new people. Don't nobody ask me to do it. I don't teach nobody, and I don't take no newbies. I have a clientele of indie published authors who make three, what am I saying three? Because my brain ain't working. 6 figures, 5 figures a month with their book releases. And you don't know none of them because maybe you don't read genre fiction. And I don't care. I'm not trying to brag about anything, but I am in this world and have been since 2015. I know what I'm doing, and that's what it is. So I'm not going to argue.
I can tell you probably write those like dirty romance. You probably write those dirty romance.
I write all kind of romance and other genres, okay, that I share with people on the stage.
So
I'm not ashamed of writing romance that women like to read of all flavors and steam up.
Yeah, since you're
April.
Can I say something real quick, Lisa?
No, because April, guess what? I've given you so many hugs. They told me I can no longer give any more expressions to this person. They literally said that. What the fuck? Clubhouse is gonna tell me how many times I can hug you?
Yeah.
What the hell? They're too fucking controlling. I think you have reached the limit of giving to this page. Thank you, Debbie. Let me give you some love too. You be quiet, CEO. You always try to search trouble.
No. I was just gonna tell April, since she's in fiction, my first ever client was Omar Tyree.
Wait,
that's cool.
That's right, because he's based in Carolina. Hey, we should talk, CEO. I got some stories about him.
Oh, I know you do. I've gotten him out of some trouble in the past.
Yes, I can imagine.
I tell you, I hate those trashy novels. My wife reads because me and Cialis can't compete against those trash.
That sounds like a personal problem.
That's not what it is.
Okay, go get you some blue shoes. Some yellow shoes. Now they got yellow shoes. Go get you a penile implant.
She gets some excitement.
You have to pump it. Hold on, April. He can get the penile implant where they can pump it up using his scrotum. You can go get that, boo.
Oh Lord.
And you don't have to. Yeah, and then we don't have to hear about your situations, your sitch.
That women read a lot of different kind of fiction, but we get a lot of shit for reading and writing romance with steam levels because somehow we don't deserve to get turned on or some problem. There's a problem, Lisa, with us getting turned on. It's just a problem. You would think husbands would like it. Yes, honey.
One of my friends, she had a client that was doing like a new edition of their book, and she was supposed to do like the editing and like final look over it, and she said that they sent it to like the publisher to do like the formatting and like to lay it out with like the edges and the bleed and all of that. And when they did that, all of a sudden almost all the pages had like this weird like text and characters or whatever. And they realized that the client had used ChatGPT and literally cut and paste into the documents, and it didn't catch it in the first 2 edits because they were just looking at it with the human eye. But when they went using the certain software that had to format it, that's when they caught it, and it added like an extra like 18 hours to the delivery turnaround time.
That's wild. Yeah, there's stuff you have to do. Not to be sneaky, but you shouldn't be copying and pasting. A lot of times that's how prompts end up in someone's book, which happened 2 or 3 times recently to authors. Also, one was TradPub. So, yeah, they had, and even though the prompt was in the book, it was still like in the top 100 in Amazon, top 500, which is wild.
You're kidding.
Nope, I'm not kidding at all. It's something that we tell people all the time. Do not do the copy paste. Do not just have your book published without reviewing and verifying every process in it. Right. The tool that my friend is working on has all the logs. It has all the prompts. It has everything that you changed, so that if you are challenged at some point, you know that your book, you did not make any significant changes, because when you publish on Amazon, they want to know if it's AI assisted, AI generated, AI edited. The same with all your images you might use inside or for your book cover. There's all the questions you have to answer if you want to self-publish on Amazon now when AI is
That's
involved.
Amazing. You know,
So
I remember being on here when they first came out with that, and that was a concern. And I predicted that Amazon was going to have to do something like that. And everybody was like, no, they're not going to do it. And I was like, it would hurt the industry if they didn't.
The thing is, if you have a copyright, right, because of how different, and when you publish on Amazon as a self-published, I can't speak to TradPub because I'm not a TradPub author. I know people who are hybrid who do both, but you have to put that information in there, because not only are you publishing in the United States, you're publishing to many different countries who may have different laws in place, right? Different issues with AI. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to publishing. And at first, a lot of people were afraid, if I put this up here, maybe Amazon will take my book down. Amazon's asking you for the information to put your book up there, not to take it down. So, yeah, it's wild, though. There's a wild portion of people who like to say that people who use AI and assist in their writing or whatever are not real writers. You know what? If you just go tell ChatGPT to make you a book and you hit a button, I could say you're not really writing a book. You're just, you're using AI, generative AI, in a way that isn't going to yield you something that's going to be really marketable, because I don't know. I'm going to go on mute because CEO brought this up and he's gone.
Okay, I have some news, and maybe this is something that, maybe we could use April's assistance with. I don't know, but let me just give you this news first. Detainees at Florida's new immigrant facility dubbed Alligator Alcatraz report inhumane conditions, including broken toilets, extreme temperatures, lack of hygiene supplies, medical neglect. Despite state denials on Monday, a medical emergency prompted an ambulance to transport a detainee to a Kendall hospital, confirming fears raised by family and advocates about unsafe conditions inside a tent-based compound at Big Cypress National Preserve. Now, I didn't get to read the article yesterday, but it was talking about how they only eat once a day there. Some of the food is I guess they send them like food that was already spoiled, like it had maggots in it. Yeah. So however, I'll give you some good news. This is about an ICE facility in Manhattan. There are also reported inhumane conditions, sleeping on floors, concrete benches, lack of food, bathing, medical care, etc. However, wait, let me skip to the good part. This is at another facility. Donna Kashian, a 64 Iranian woman detained by ICE despite living in the U.S. for 47 years, was released this week after advocacy from Republican House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, who urged DHS to reconsider her case based on her long-standing community ties and compliance with immigration rules. And I'm willing, I don't know if you can help with this or anyone is interested in finding out, people that long-standing people that have been in this country, and I'm willing to write letters to, people. If you hear of someone, I know I'm willing to write. I don't know if April has the time to write or if her system will write it quickly, but I think I think that, you know, I'm hearing, like, this is not a one-off story. I'm actually hearing about people being detained that have been here for decades. And I think that, you know, if anyone comes in contact with these stories and I could do anything to help, I'll be happy to help. If that person is in a district with Republicans, because obviously I don't think the Democrats are going to get it. Like, I don't know if the Democrats are going to be able to do anything. But I'm glad that this, you know, he's probably a piece of shit. I don't even know who he is. But I'm glad he at least found empathy for this 64-year-old woman who's been in this country longer, you know, most of her life, and is advocating for her to remain in this country. So
let me ask the question there. So is this person like a citizen? Is this person like a voting citizen? Because I'm trying to figure out like the rest of the parameters of the space.
What do you mean if she's a citizen? She's detained by ICE.
Okay.
No, she doesn't have her papers. Like she has long-standing community ties, but she doesn't have
Okay, so for me, what I'm hearing is like, if you are in trouble or if you're in detained, go write your senator, and then he or she may have a process to where they can kind of respond to it in a way that will release you from being like detained. Like that's the case that I'm hearing. Is that accurate? Like, is that a standard thing or not?
I don't know if it's standard, but I would assume that you have to show a compelling case. I'm contacting, you know, the people that I know at my rep's office now to see if they're willing to write letters, or they're accepting letters. I'm happy to do it for people in New York if my rep could get something done. This is the first time I'm hearing of somebody advocating for their constituent, and you know, they're reconsidering deporting her, right, because of her long-standing connection to this country. So, you know, I'm just like kind of looking at this. I'm going to do some research and reach out to my rep. If that's the case, I'll write 50 letters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You know, that becomes an administrative nightmare if you're gonna have like hundreds of them crossing that.
But yeah, we have to be strategic.
Thing, you know?
Obviously, this lady is 64 years old. She's been here since she was a kid, right? So, you know, what is she gonna do in Iran right now? She probably don't even know nobody in Iran. Right.
Yeah, I believe it's definitely a success story, but it's like, you know, how do you kind of like master that process and then just like scale it up? Because right now we're in the era of like massive scaled up detention. So how do you respond in the same kind of like, I don't know, process or the similar numbers to get these people out? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully to reduce the amount of time that they're spent in these detention centers. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm thinking about as I'm hearing this story. It's a great story, but how do you formalize it and scale it?
Yeah. Then this is Elle. I just want to say that I think that there might be some templates sort of form like letters that are being provided for people to be able to send out to make those complaints, or to make their reps and senators and also influencers aware of it. I'm going to go look and see whether there are any templates, because there's more and more.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if we could, if you know anyone, I'm going to reach out to someone that I came across on Facebook that is a girl I grew up with. Her cousin has been in this country for 45 years. He's in ICE custody. He's been in ICE custody for weeks. So I'm going to see if I reach out to them. But if there's anyone you know, anything I can help out with, obviously New York City is easier because it's my district. But I encourage everyone to like figure out if there's someone in your district that needs some sort of help. You know, I think that like writing a letter is not, I mean, you can write that easily. someone mentioned like 3 or 4 different AI services that can help you write this. I'm sure you enter some prompts and you can get it to spit out this letter. Now, will it work is a different story, right? You want to put as many facts about the person as possible. This person has worked in whatever industry. This person came, this particular person that I mentioned came when they were 17 years old from Iran. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whatever facts, are related to that person, I think stuff like that, like, really, really helps because, especially if they have some sort of health condition or if they have kids here, a spouse here, like all of those facts help.
Is my mic working?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, and I just wanted I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, it's quiet. We're meditating.
So ICE, my mom just texted me to tell me that ICE is in Inglewood, California. Y'all, anybody familiar with Inglewood, California? Inglewood, period. In California.
Inglewood?
That's not funny. That part was funny, but not ICE being in Inglewood is funny because Inglewood is an interesting place. No, I said saying Inglewood the way we say it. Yeah, you have to be from California. They don't get it anyway. That's not funny them being in Inglewood because you have to know what Inglewood looks like. And for ICE to be in Inglewood is very interesting. It's been a majority African American city for forever. When I was going to high school in California, I had a lot of friends who lived in Inglewood. And for them to be in Inglewood is interesting. But
that used to be my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, there's nothing. Why are they in Inglewood? Come on.
Oh, Sue, you know Inglewood. Okay,
that's crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are they? On Prairie?
Oh, Prairie? God, you know Inglewood well. I don't know if they're on Prairie. What is the other main street? Century, Boulevard, Crenshaw.
Century, Manchester. You got Hawthorne.
Inglewood. Look at you, girl.
I used to in the 1980s. I worked in a hospital on the Forum.
Oh, okay. So you do know Inglewood. Where? Let me ask my mom.
I live right there. Yeah, find out because that makes absolutely zero sense.
Right. So it's like
there's not one Hispanic that now can even live in that neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying. That's a very interesting take because the condos that are behind the Forum, you guys know what the Forum is, and that new stadium. What do they call that new football stadium?
That's so expensive. You got SoFi down there. They can't afford to live there.
Can somebody ping Creed in here, please? Thank you.
This is nuts because no one can afford to buy down there.
Who you want, Mel?
She said Creed, Creed.
Oh. Yes, if you can please ping Creed. He was in the room the other day saying, he's from Cali. Yeah.
But why are people surprised that ICE is in our neighborhood?
Wait a minute, Ellie was talking. Wait a minute, Ellie was talking. Wait a minute, I just wanted to know what Mel was saying. Sorry, Sue, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what? Are you waiting on me?
Who was talking? It was somebody talking before I asked Mel something.
Well, I was just saying that the only reason that they can be in Inglewood is intimidation, because the people that they supposedly say that they're targeting are in the surrounding areas. They're not in Inglewood. This makes no sense. I mean, seriously makes no sense.
It makes every sense.
And this is coming from a white Jewish lady.
It makes perfect sense.
Exactly, that's my point. It does.
Hey, who
It makes
just gave Michelle Jackson just gave this? I don't know where this came from, Michelle, but people who live in Inglewood, I wouldn't even agree with that. Not even 100%. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that from, Michelle? That there's 51.7% of the population, or about half of the people identify as Hispanic in Inglewood.
I find that hard to believe, because the property values have skyrocketed. You know, that place has become gentrified and expensive with the properties that have gone in. They've geared the place for the 2028 Olympics. That's
Yes,
where opening
ma'am.
ceremonies are supposed to be. You guys don't realize what they have intended for that area. And they've been working on it now for over 4 years already. So
Yes, ma'am.
I don't even want to get into all the detail. I am entrenched in this. So just suffice it.
Sherwood, I'm sorry, Sue, because I'm at work. I don't mean to cut you off. But the Sherwood or Briarwood or whatever those condos that are right.
The Briarwood.
Okay, so the cemetery of Briarwood. The cemetery is across the street, right? I don't know the name of the cemetery.
Forest Lawn.
All those homes over there now are millions of dollars.
That's right.
So I don't know where the hell. They do have apartments. Let's not try to make it seem like, this is Beverly Hills, Brentwood, Bel Air, or whatever. But those homes over there, not saying that Hispanics can't afford that, because there's going to be somebody in the audience that say some dumb shit. But what we're saying is traditionally been a black area since black and white. It started off white, and then blacks moved into Inglewood forever. So
yeah, but Lisa, being black does not immune you from the ice.
Negro, do you think I'm a moron or a small child? I know that. But okay, so if you go into Inglewood, right, you close your eyes and you're ice.
I used to hang out there a lot. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so tell me who they are targeting. Tyrone?
Everybody, yes.
Jackson?
Yes.
Okay,
everybody
so
not
y'all
white.
in trouble.
Yes.
Y'all in trouble then. Y'all in trouble. Because it ain't nobody over there who you can say, like, sometimes...
And ask the bigger question, Lisa. If there are Haitians in Inglewood, how can you tell the difference between a regular black and a Haitian?
You cannot. You cannot. You cannot.
Well, that's what I've been
And just because a person is Hispanic does not make them not American citizen either, huh?
We know that. We understand that. But I was just saying, just being an adult and having an adult conversation with adults, when you're in downtown, it made a little bit more sense. Because the garment factories are there. There's a lot of low-income housing there. If you're looking for immigrants who are here illegally, LA has a different type of. Tell them, Sue. I don't want to be trying to explain.
I used to live in South Central. I used to live on King and Western. Before I came to Maryland, I lived majority of my adult life from 18 to 30 in South Central.
Damn, on MLK and Central.
So work at the U-Haul right there. I don't know if it's still there anymore.
Okay, I'm not gonna mess with you anymore. I didn't know you. Are you Crip or Blood?
I was gonna say, what are you? Are you a Crip or a Blood?
What are you? Crip or Blood, bruh?
What are you, a Crip or a Blood?
Neither one.
How'd you get out of that? Okay, we won't make you give it up. That's okay. We won't make you give it up. But now you understand that we all run the streets down there. So
you won't make him give it up.
Nah, we need to know. You Crip or Blood, cuz. What you bang, though?
Off the chain right now.
I don't bang.
Inglewood is all blood.
You know he was in the military, guys.
Inglewood is straight bloods, though.
He's banging military. That's what
my business in Inglewood was smashing somebody. So no, I wasn't hanging out in Inglewood like that.
There are no Crips in Inglewood? Are you guys sure?
What?
Inglewood is mostly blood.
Blood territory. Yeah.
Well, maybe now.
Yeah.
Maybe now.
Back in the 90s.
The only Crip I know in Inglewood is Snoop. That's where he got his complex at. The compound is in Inglewood.
Well, I go back to the 70s, so.
Snoop has a compound
I got a
in
few years on you.
That's where he does his all his recording, his whole thing. Yeah. When he does it, he has a stage there.
We're talking about that because my mom is telling me that ICE is in Inglewood today. So I'm like, who are they looking for?
Oh no,
they're gonna come to every hood in America.
Yeah, there's I don't even want to say all that on stage. Never mind. They'll hit their quota.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they don't have to. I forget who it was. They don't have to answer to Karen Bass. But you know who they do have to answer to? Who pays their salary? That's us. So no, you don't just get to run wild without people having something to say about it. But you know, this is what that big bad busted bill was about. Mainly, the most important part was for them to be able to have as much funds as they could for ICE to just tear this country apart.
I think they got more money than the Pentagon now.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
The question is, because eventually they're going to get to these zip codes and they're going to be some serious ass resistance. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to get a couple blocks in there if Inglewood is as bad as it used to be.
No, Inglewood is not as bad as it used to be.
Exactly.
Since that Sci-Fi Stadium went over there, you got to have money to be in Inglewood.
It's a sleepy town now. It is not what it used to be. It's considered a sleepy town. Now, here's where my concern is, you guys. You know, we're talking about what they're doing there, but I'm going to say, without going way too far, the profiling that's taking place, there's other areas of the city where there's immigrants that are of a different persuasion, that they're going nowhere near.
Correct.
That they could be picking up a whole lot.
Yeah, that's
I'm just going to leave it right there. And, you know.
We know they was lying. We know that the immigration wasn't the thing. That's what they tell you. But we know what the fuck it is. Fuck
what
the
is
cops.
it? Explain it to me.
You come on now, COINTELPRO and the whole nine. It's never been. They lied to your face. This is your brain on drugs. We're gonna reduce crime. No, the fuck they not. That's never been the goal.
Let's fry an egg. That was a good one.
Well, you
Think
guys,
about it.
I'm just gonna pray for the
I
people.
pity the fool who believed in the story of America. When the black during the 4th of July parade in D.C., the black school from Florida, they played the song at the very last. They were the marching band, the very last float in the marching band. I pity the fool. Like, stop believing in the shit. No, they lying to your fucking face, and not in where we live. When you
But I
thinking
have
on
a
the other
question
side,
for
they
you guys,
coming.
though. Oh, still on the subject, the people who did I guess it's an ambush or whatever it was in Texas while we were concentrating on the flood, and they end up shooting that what was it, ICE agent or something in the neck, and they just posted. I don't know who put it in Telegram. All the pictures of who was involved. I was quite surprised. Did y'all see the people who were involved in that ambush or whatever it was?
Texas,
it was all white people.
Shooting back?
No, that's not Thai. I said when I saw the pictures, I was quite
So they were all white people, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was surprised too when I seen the lineup.
Thank you. I know I'm not too crazy. I might be
You
crazy,
surprised
but
that
not
white
that
people
crazy.
shooting cops?
What is wrong with Thai?
Yes.
Not just white people, but white people in Texas.
Right, at the detention center. That's what we're talking about. Not just, at the detention center. I was just kind of surprised. And young people.
Oh, they weren't Latino?
No,
they were white. Well, they could be Latino, but they look more white to me than Latinos.
Girl, they have law enforcement more than we do.
Has anybody ever studied the surveillance footage with Epstein and how they said some of the cameras were corrupted that were near his cell, and that there's a minute of the surveillance footage completely missing? It just jumps forward a minute.
That's what they said.
They don't know what happened.
They said they weren't even working. Now all of a sudden they got.
They were working earlier in the night. And then later on, it says the camera covering the hallway outside his cell malfunctioned the night he died. It was working perfectly until that night, but that night it malfunctioned. and that another nearby camera that was close to it, the footage all of a sudden became corrupted and can't be reviewed properly. And then on top of that, the camera that was working, a minute of it they showed, which it wasn't working when he died. He died at like 6:50 or something. It was early morning, and the camera stopped working at like 10 o'clock that night.
I want to emphasize that Trump was the president then, and
this was his admin. This was his this was his admin. So I mean, it's looking. I don't want to go down.
Hillary today on that.
Mm-mm. And then he was asked about this very recently, and he had some very interesting things to say. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Look, this is what Trump had to say.
Jailhouse tea. Yeah, sure. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years, and are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. You want to waste the time, and you feel like answering? I don't mind answering. I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on that.
This is professional gaslighting 101. He is going to sit there. They just recently had this little press conference. He's going to sit there and state, why are you guys still talking about that creep Epstein? Because you guys ran your entire campaign and mentioned this at multiple rallies on releasing the Epstein files. Pam Bondi was on TV stating that the list was on her desk, and now there's no list. Now, for the Trump supporters who were surprised by any of this, I really don't know how, considering the fact that that missing minute everyone talks about in the footage of his jail area, that happened under the Trump administration. The man who let Jeffrey Epstein off when he was initially arrested in 2008, his name is Acosta, and Donald Trump went on to hire him for his administration in 2017 as his Secretary of Labor, knowing that this man let Jeffrey Epstein off in 2008. Donald Trump is on that goddamn list, and we all know it. We know it. And I think it's something that you guys are starting to realize too. MAGAs are taking to the internet, screaming and crying because they just can't believe that Donald Trump lied to them again. And I just look at them and I think to myself, you really thought you were going to drain the swamp by electing a fucking billionaire and his goddamn world's richest man and the world's best friend? Do you have 2 brain cells or 1? I'm confused. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Schiller. Give me a follower. You won't spend this again. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, people upset at Trump for not releasing the real shit are dumb because he was never gonna release the real shit.
Never.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, y'all are disappointed for what? This is weird shit, man.
There are a lot of MAGAs that are upset.
And they're even.
But they're mad at Pam. They ain't mad at him. They mad at Pam.
This is crazy.
Pam is the culprit here. Pam needs to release it.
She said she had it on her damn desk.
Pam said she ain't got it no more. She said it's downstairs.
She misplaced it.
No. I bet you that was a signal to say I have it on my desk and I need to read it. And so that was a whistle for somebody's admin person to say, go to Pam's desk, don't look at the paper, grab whatever's in the paper, close the folder, and then just bring it back to me. So then when Pam came back, she was like, okay, let me open up this file. Oops, nothing's there. Well, I guess that's done. I mean, come on now, dude. Like, if it's on your desk, trust me, you should have already read it and opened it. If not, you're telling somebody to take it from you so that you can have plausible deniability.
Nobody ever plays chronological order here. Okay, let's go back to when Trump first campaigned. He said that he was going to bring this out. He said he wanted to see the list and he wanted it to be aired out. Right or wrong? Yes? He said the same thing about JFK.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So then, when Pam Bondi gets in, I'm going to release the other half. Well, she was doing what he said that he wanted to be done. The point that I don't understand, why he tell her, girl, shut your ass up. I was only playing. Instead, she keeps doubling down on it. We're going to release it. I got it now. We're going to let it all lay out.
And now it's just like, you guys are still on that. Have you heard his response? His response is like, why aren't you guys paying attention to all the good that's going on? What I'm doing here. We had a terrible administration before. America was so weak and nobody even paid attention to America. They thought America was dead and I brought it back to life. Why are we worried about Jeffrey Epstein? Like,
We've talked about this forever. Why are we talking about this? And he's gaslighting like a motherfucker.
Exactly. That's the chronological order here. And I don't get why MAGA can't see that there's a problem there with their leader. But then again, I can see it because they'll never see him as done wrong. And that's what y'all got to accept. That's the roach.
Do no wrong, Donald.
That's it. I didn't get a chance to speak to my friend DSL today, but maybe they'll be back later.
Is that the delivery?
Please, like explain the first, second, and last name because DSL means a lot of different things.
It does. It means a lot of things.
I thought that was a shipping place.
It has something to do with a body part too, Miss Lisa.
Down low, sister. What does it mean?
No, it's more about.
It's a qualification of
It's a qualification of oral support.
Facts.
Wait a minute.
Facts. Yes.
What? Now
Facts.
you got my interest. What?
You don't know about DSLs?
No.
Some women have them, some women don't. Some women go get fillers because they want to get them.
What?
Yes.
What are DSLs? Some women have them and some women don't.
It sounds like a riddle.
And some
When a person comes back, I'll be sure to say hello to them.
Sucking lips.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
You know,
Thank you for saying it. Thank you for saying it. Thank you for saying it. Yes.
Oh my God! I thought every
time y'all need something nasty, pay me.
Nope, not everyone. It is a highly sought after like attribute that men do.
According to Diddy, some men have them. According to Diddy.
Oh my God! I don't even want to continue with this because I'm kind of upset that I didn't know what that meant, and I want to know what the qualifications. How big do my lips have to be?
Again, sometimes I wonder.
They just have to be soft.
You need to wonder about it. She crazy.
Hard lips. What female has hard lips?
They not hard.
All lips are not created equally. I mean, that's a fact.
What?
You really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? April is here now. April, can you test her? Is she really Lisa or is she a bot? Because she was totally looking out.
You guys have to understand.
I don't know what was happening.
The intricacies of my sister wife. She's not just one thing. She's many things.
Wait a minute. You gotta start kissing women to know whether they.
No. She said more women, more. That means she kissed other women.
Okay, so you gotta kiss more women to find out if they got DSLs.
Because he's talking about all lips are not the same.
They're not.
Lips. Stop.
You can't see that some people's lips are larger than others. What's wrong with you, Lisa? What's going on?
He said it's not the size.
Look,
what did you say? Tell her what you
said. Some are firm, and some are like pillow-like. Right?
That's a fact.
Like very soft.
Supple.
Very soft.
And some got crust under those.
Some of them are scratchy.
There's not a man in here who's going to refuse any of those lips, though.
The dry, scratchy ones will be refused.
No, you put chapstick on them and move along.
No, because that's an indication of a bigger health issue. So no,
Look,
I'm
for
good.
a moment in time, Jim and I don't lie.
But look, Lisa. Here's one thing that has not come up are PSLs. Right? I've never really heard of.
Everybody has PSLs.
Lisa's gone.
But it should be the same thing.
Damn is about to shoot his shot. That's what was about to happen. About to shoot a speedo shot right there.
No.
I've never even heard of that before.
It goes on both sides.
Dry lips,
exactly.
dry
It should go on both.
Dry lips, dry at the. Wow. Yeah, damn, you just, yeah. We see where you're trying to go with it. Lisa exited. She's like, no, sir.
Nope, not me. Nope, I'm not.
She said, keep your speedos on, buddy.
No, she probably swiped out by mistake. Lisa be doing that sometimes. Or her phone might have died. You know, Lisa.
Or it might have been the good Lord.
That could be. But no, he hadn't said the PSL yet. She slipped out right before he said
PSL. Okay, yeah, then
isn't she at work? I mean, she shouldn't be at work saying DSL. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't know what she was saying. She had no idea.
All of a sudden, she got caught.
But you know what, though, man? Nurses be having all kinds of conversations. Who knows?
It was like, I thought that was a shipping company. Is that like a shipping company?
No, these nurses
Yellow and red.
These nurses out here be doing the most, wearing the tightest scrubs with all their makeup on, flirting with the patients. They do the most out here.
Oh, you coming for the nurses? You won't get in trouble.
Well, point out the lie.
I don't know. I don't mess with nurses, so I wouldn't know.
I'm just explaining to you. You can't. There is no lie in what I said. It's a fact. Matter of fact, they said the number one. You can look this up. They said the number one occupation that is known for cheating is nurses.
They do their job.
Barbie in the chat said if she was a nurse, she would be dick watching. See, that's a potential dick watching nurse right there.
They understand anatomy really well.
Well, you understand, it is a service industry. It's a service industry.
I mean, yeah, that's.
It is a service-oriented industry where they care about, someone more hands-on.
And they know anatomy really well.
I don't know. The last nurse I had, she was really touchy-feely. Like, not in a sexual way, but when I met her, she shook my hand and she talked with her hands on your thigh or on your neck, or I'm just like, on your chest. I'm like, that's real.
Wait a minute. Those are not hands where hands should be from the
She was just checking to make sure that he had reflex. What's wrong with that?
Reflex.
Let me check your reflex.
That wasn't the reflex she was interested in, man.
Oh my God.
That's what you say.
Hey, Elijah.
Sometimes she's just checking if there's appropriate blood flow.
We're trying to see
circulation. She's checking circulation.
Circulation.
Fire in the never mind.
Fire in the hole. What's going on? But no, but no, so like she wanted to see if.
It wasn't like a caress. It was like a light pat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you wanted to see if you were awake, if you were a bot. So just touch there. See if you were going to respond.
But it all depends on where you're touching.
And you touch me like that?
Yes.
Man, look at that.
Everybody's on my dick and it's all coming back.
Yes, Elijah.
Wow. Oh my God. That's wild. That was wild.
So we're looking.
Have you ever been touched on the thigh
PTR? And I definitely would. Never mind.
Have you been touched on the thigh before, April, by your doctor?
Only if they're good looking. I allow that. If they're not, then get your hands off me.
Oh, okay. Anybody else been touched on that?
Doctor. My chiropractor definitely grabbed my booty, and pretty into that. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds very Diddy-ish.
I mean, it was gay. I'm a gay guy, but yeah, it happened. It was nice though.
Oh.
No Diddy, but yeah.
I had a PCP that needed to do a thorough check, and it didn't feel like anything because doctors don't really turn me.
CEO, have you ever had a delivery from DSL?
DSL? Who the heck is DSL?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a FedEx.
It's an acronym.
The middle word is
it could be like
DSL or DSL?
DSL. DSL.
Delta Sambo
Lima.
That's wonderful.
I guess he's never had a delivery.
It's an acronym, sir.
For
something that provides oral support.
Sucking lips. Sucking lips. These sucking lips.
Do you not appreciate?
I'm not gonna have to be saying
you were late.
It's actually an abbreviation.
I should probably charge.
Is that like a term from the last 5 years or like?
It's been around forever, way beyond 5 years. Sir, do you not receive oral support?
Well, I mean, I received a lot more in my 20s, but enough for now.
Understood.
Good answer.
And you've had different service providers, correct?
Oh, I used to have a lot of service providers. Yeah.
Was there a difference in the quality of the service providers?
Yes. When I lived in Hawaii, I had weekly different service providers.
What part of Hawaii did you live in?
Well, then Honolulu.
I did too. So you stayed on Oahu then?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, so y'all both had the same service.
All right, by UH, I used to party at UH all the damn time. Waikiki to UH to Diamond Head to the north side of the island. We went to North Shore, Waiwa Heights, Mililani, Pearl Ridge Mall.
You was getting Diamond Head.
And I was 20.
Diamond Head. I actually had a place in Diamond Head. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I was 24 when I lived there too.
Hawaii is one of them places that it's amazing to live there for a short span of time.
I agree. It was 3 months.
But to yeah, exactly. To permanently move there would be a nightmare. To visit there is a dream. Hey, CEO, there was this hotel we had found.
That is the best place I've ever lived. That is the best place I've ever lived in my life.
Patty, do you know about the hotel? There's a hotel that has two dolphins that they're on the beach. It's right there on the beach where they have two trained dolphins that they have do shows. We figured out how to sneak in there after hours. Let's swim with the dolphins.
Hey, have y'all seen ads for Make America Affordable Again?
Yeah.
They're targeting me.
Make America Affordable Again is beautiful.
Yeah, it's these ads, and they're talking about how MS-13 is bringing people here so they could file suits, and they're filing frivolous suits, and it's making all the insurance more expensive.
Really?
Because these defense lawyers are getting all this money, and so yeah, I guess I clicked on it because I follow like political tax, and so that's kind of conservative leaning tax info. But anyways, since I clicked on it, because I was just curious. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's literally an ad saying MS-13 is bringing people here to file lawsuits that are frivolous.
I wonder if that's factual. Was the source did it look credible? Or?
No, it looked like a cheesy video. Like, it looks really stupid. I mean, there's a lot of frivolous lawsuits by U.S. citizens, right? I mean, just in general.
Probably some Trump bullshit.
But, that's a huge, huge industry is...
it's not an official organization.
It's like that slogan. I think
it's a PAC. No. But Make America Affordable Again is a PAC.
Imagine if Kamala ran with that, though. I think that'd have been a dope motto for the Make America Affordable Again.
They probably trademarked both of those.
Probably no.
But this is it's part of the Make America Great Again Political Action Committee that's coming out with those commercials. Yeah, just be on the lookout for them, because they're kind of...
What did Lisa tell you about clicking them links?
I know, now I fucking got them cookies on my...
Yeah, them dirty cookies on you.
That's good news. That's weird spam. That's all.
What else, Scotty, basic?
What's up? No, Womack labeled me as Scotty Standard, so that's what
Scotty Standard, okay, S squared.
Oh, bullshit.
Bullshit.
Not you got standards after you became minus. That's crazy.
You trying to level up.
I miss you, Scotty.
I've been here the whole time. Wait, who was that? Who said that?
First lady.
Oh, First Lady. First Lady. I miss you.
Thank you.
Hey, Scotty, I don't miss you, but I appreciate you, brother. I do appreciate you, especially when you crash out, because you have the most interesting, focused, and semi-polite crash outs ever. So I appreciate you, man.
Polite adjacent crash outs is crazy.
Wait, who has good crash outs? Patty?
You do. You rarely do. You rarely do. But when you do, man, it's a moment. It's a moment in time.
Scotty, let me ask you this: how do you feel about a man wearing tight banana hammock speedos at public pools?
Look, brother, you need to.
I'm asking Scotty. Scotty, how do you feel about that, sir?
I've never liked it.
There you go, damn.
See?
I'm not wearing it for everybody else. I'm wearing it because I used to swim in high school, dude, and I carried that practice into my life. I'm trying to live longer than my wife. I told her this. She was upset, but she needs to get in the pool.
They have swimming shorts. You don't got to wear a banana hammock to swim.
Man, look, you got to feel comfortable in your masculinity to be able to just not care about people.
Scotty just told you. You heard Scotty's standard. Scotty's standard literally just told you the exact same thing.
No, I just object to it because I just think fashion-wise, it's not giving. You know.
Exactly.
Well, I'm giving more than enough, anyways.
You're giving the little kids a view. That's what you're giving.
Let go. Let go.
I mean, they do it in Europe
pull his hair
all the
again.
time,
Pull his hair again.
Right?
You seem like the type that wear those hoochie daddy shorts too.
What? You talking to Scotty? Talking to Scotty, right?
He's definitely talking to you, not me.
He went in them hoochie daddy shorts that he cut up.
He cut out the back pockets.
They got fringes on them.
The fringes with the pockets hanging below it. Mm-hmm. Back pockets are just gone. No back pocket.
So you got a Prince booty cheek on?
Out there doing shiny booty boy dances.
Look, you went on mute.
He's like, how they know all that? That's too detailed.
No, he's looking at his shorts.
How did they know? They won't know.
How do we go?
Know. Oh, we know, buddy.
We know, sir.
How do we go from regular blue? I'm not wearing candy blue, baby blue. I'm regular. I'm on regular Speedo blue, to Daisy Dukes.
With your Daisy Dukes.
Come on now.
You put your Daisy Dukes over top of those.
Daisy Dukes probably are more covering than a banana hammock.
Mm-hmm. But he wears that to the pool. So he puts the Daisy Dukes over top of the banana hammocks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
and then he puts his boots on.
This man needs to be stopped.
His cowboy
boots with no socks.
No, I think he's wearing Tim's on the beach, right?
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. The interesting thing though is when I go in there, people think oh, this black dude can't swim, and then I smoke past a lot of people because I've been doing it for a while, and then all of a sudden everybody gets all friendly and wants to talk to me. Most of the dudes too. It's kind of
that's the banana hammock effect. That's what you got going on. There you go. I used to swim further out at the beach, but I stopped because I seen too many guys get caught in them riptides, bro. You don't gotta be that far
sideways. Yeah,
I know you gotta follow the current, but I don't want to go through none of that shit.
No, don't follow the current. You gotta go. I think perpendicular. You have to go sideways. The current pushes you out, so you need to go like you're swimming along the coast sideways, and then you swim in, and then you swim in. You gotta get out that current, because if you just go with the current, it'll just keep sucking you out.
That's way too much. The fact I even had to figure any of that out was why I'm not swimming that far out at the beach. If my feet can't touch, I need to be a little closer.
One of the scariest things when I was training for the tribe was like I used to swim in the cove area, and there's like seals that would, because I would swim out to the buoy pole that would be out maybe like 200 yards, 300 yards, and then back, and that would be the full like kind of like workout and stuff. But going out there, you're really not seeing nothing. But if you got the right goggles on, you can see pretty deep. It's still kind of cloudy, but sometimes you got seals coming by, and to see something like black just go past you real quick, man, that's scary. But you gotta realize seals are not gonna attack you. They're just curious to see if you can swim. Really, that's the funny part. But anyway, that's a side note.
Yeah, fuck all that.
I'm back, bitches.
What it do, Brooklyn? How many blunts did you smoke today?
Just one.
Okay, that's tame.
I don't smoke like 10.
So is Huntington Beach close to Venice?
No. And they're two different type of beach. Like Venice Beach is more like touristy. A little mixture of everybody. A lot of stores right there on the beachfront on the boardwalk.
Do you mean like the beach itself, or like the town?
No, I'm talking about the beach itself, the actual beach.
Well, actually, Venice Beach is really wide. I mean, like deep. You know what I mean? Like it's huge.
But across the street.
Well, Huntington Beach is more like upscale, like way more upscale.
Yeah,
like,
that's Orange County, right?
Yeah, Orange County. You're talking about upscale restaurants, the whole feel of it is just real. Like, if you're gonna go and you're gonna spend a week at a beach, you're not gonna spend a week at Venice Beach. You're gonna spend a week at Huntington Beach for sure.
Yeah, I've been to Huntington. I've never been to Venice. I thought I was at Venice, but I was at Huntington. Who's that talking? Is that CEO?
I was just saying you shouldn't spend an hour at Venice Beach.
You should not.
That's a lie.
That's not true, man. I like watching them play basketball. They got some good food.
It's horrible there now. It used to be great. Venice Beach used to be great.
When did it used to be?
You got the Muscle Cafe right there.
It's a sideshow, Joe. I mean, you got artists out there. You got roller skates. Well, not as much. Not roller skaters as much. You got bars. You got those swings.
You got all kinds of weirdos. So many weirdos.
All kinds of weirdos. Don't look anybody in the eye. Don't look anybody in the eye.
They're going to engage if they do.
They will.
And like you said, the sideshows, the guys walking on glass, the guys doing flips over about 15 people at the same time. Like, it's a show. It's a show. Like a circus.
I mean, it was like that in the 90s when I was there.
Oh, it's like Circus Hotel in Vegas. Have you been there?
Yeah, like plenty of times. Yeah,
Vegas.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Have you seen the Michael Jackson show?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is dope. I actually really liked it.
Cirque du Soleil? Yeah. That's beautiful. I was naughty. I took pictures.
Oh yeah, they are mad. They don't want you to take your phone out. You're supposed to not have your phone out, man. Even though you can find it all over YouTube because everybody does it.
I think I took it down. I ain't want to get in trouble. I know I put it.
They ain't gonna do nothing.
Listen, I'm a scaredy cat.
Got a hookup though. My ex works at MGM corporate. And MGM controls most of the hotels on the strip. Even though they don't say MGM, they're under the MGM corporation. So that means you can get pretty much free any show, like any hotel, like 75% off. And she got her fiance saying he got to worry about bothering me.
Okay, so she still gives you the hookup?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's just the hookup. What's wrong with the hookup? Not the hookup, just the hookup.
Okay, the hookup. Probably if you hear me. You remember that song?
That's Tupac.
Gemma, are you friends with exes? Are you friends with
It is Tupac.
For the most part, I can't think enemy-wise. Like, we're not enemies, Scotty.
Alright, well, it's good. Since I'm a character.
It's motherfucking masterpiece. I don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know.
That's just how I'm looking at it.
would say shape and one was fantasy.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, where's the video at? You know, I mean, honestly, where's, you know, there's some things that are just not accurate.
Unless you're going to go to conspiracy theory of pictures. One was in shape from his football pictures, the other one was fat.